Don't!
Howdy, folks. Welcome to Mosaic Team 5, our Starfinder campaign. I am Joe Treff, your DM, and joined by my friends Matt, Dan, Olive, Kara, and Ari. I don't know if you saw it, but we were throwing things into Ari's mouth.
Someone, I don't know who 2 times Jones is.
That's Hannah.
That's Hannah.
Hey! Hannah! Gifted me
Oh, look at that.
a wheel.
A wheel.
That you need to respect because she's not here.
It's not that I don't respect your guys' wheels and woes.
He just doesn't respect us as people.
It's just that
That's it.
when other people do them, you guys are always like, "Oh, Talon did the wheel." When you guys do them, nobody says anything, so I don't know because I can't run.
Okay, I'll
this
just be
game
more obnoxious.
and
is what I'm
also
hearing.
watch chat on the.
So what you're saying is I can
still
just
think you should
spam
respect the
wheels.
player's wheel or a woe.
Wheel.
As someone who has to deal with it tomorrow, I don't think you should respect it.
A couple of announcements
get
before we
my
get
outfit.
started. Sorry for the chaotic beginning here. But a couple of things. First of all, there are a couple of ways you can support us. Hannah already pointed some of these out. You can use channel points, which are something that you accumulate over the course of just watching our game. You okay, Dan?
Oh yeah, I was just cracking my
Oh, okay. You can accumulate over the course of watching our game, and you can redeem them to do things like unlock an emote for this session, or you can redeem them to change the shape of the Junk Falls Will Always Be Junk plot, which progressing along very quickly. And so, things that you can do with the channel points. Bits are Twitch's microcurrency. You can exchange money for them. Those directly support the stream. They're really helpful, and those very directly support Mosaic Team 5. A couple of bits can recharge the ship. It can resupply ammunition. A few more can lend the help of a Mosaic intern, or perhaps even a professional bounty hunter who could be very helpful to all of you.
Hannah, buy us an intern.
and pizza.
And pizza.
How's the intern gonna get down here?
You could also buy us pizza.
Just be waiting at the exit.
We have socials at LBronRPG, Instagram, Twitter. You can find us there. We have a lot of cool things like maps and things like that. We pull up the combat camera. It's really tiny on our combat camera, so much better to see it on Instagram, Twitter, at LBronRPG. And then we have a website which has just recently undergone a pretty massive update. There is information about our D&D campaign, which is every Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, except for tomorrow, which we'll get to in just a second. The website also has an entire section about Mosaic Team 5, including factions. It has information about each of the characters. All of the bounties have been updated with some new AI-generated art. There has been all kinds of new additions. That is LBronRPG.com. Excuse me.
Don't die.
And then tomorrow, as we have completed our 5th edition D&D campaign after 128 sessions, Kara will be taking the DM seat starting tomorrow night and going for the next 4 Fridays in December for Adventures in Alberon, Sea of Ice. And this is going to be, do you want to explain it?
I was not prepared.
I know.
So we meet our new group of experienced heroes as they are on a mission for money. They have a very easy time of guarding goods and personhood for a merchant sailing across from Dominion to the new continent for our campaign 2 of Everest. To do so, however, they are taking a shortcut through the icy, frozen seas to the north. Of course, what can go wrong on a ship with a hired crew and a set of mages who aren't particularly fond of said hired crew, and a group of mercenaries? Everything's gonna be fine.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Gonna live forever.
It's gonna
So
be
Kara will be
perfect.
DMing. I am going to be a player. Matt's going to be a player. Olive is going to be a player. Hannah will be a player. And then Miles joining us as a guest player. You will remember him as Heinrich before Heinrich was evil. Well, arguable. And then, starting January 6th, Adventures in Alberon, Campaign 2, Courts of Everest is set to begin. That is going to be our second sweeping D&D campaign, second of 10, and it is going to be taking place in Everest, a Feywild-infused continent in the homebrew world of Alberon. Yeah, you guys killed that guy.
Wait.
Oh my god. So I'm looking at the bounties online right now.
Oh yeah.
Harlax.
Looks fucking
Horrifying.
scary as fuck.
You guys killed that
Not
guy.
at all what I was
So like
expecting.
a level
God.
2 guy we killed.
Did you just
Those
find
are
like the
mine,
cover
right?
of Hyperion and just like put it on there?
No,
Oh my
this is things to.
And that's Jade Bruno.
Oh, jeez. That's my mom.
AlberonRPG.com. You can see exactly what they're talking about.
Wow.
And then finally, Sirenscape was a digital tool set that we use for sound effects, music. We're right now playing 2017 music, parentheses, slow. Could bump that for a quick second.
AlberonRug.com.
No, it autocorrected after I said
Nice,
it.
AlberonRug.com. Somebody jump on that. That's going to be a good, valuable property.
You know how like on eBay you're supposed to like look at like
Discount rugs at
versions?
AlberonRug.com.
Sirenscape can be used for all kinds of things,
Not
like
a sponsor.
this sad trombone, because Sirenscape not yet a sponsor, but maybe one day. And with that, I can get us into our recap. Give me 1 second here.
All right.
I will pull up our original
Who
theme
hasn't
song.
had a bun, and who's gonna have it? Because I'm gonna eat it if no one takes it in the next like 15 to 20 minutes.
I don't want to.
Alrighty.
You know, eat it.
Mosaic
I'm gonna
Team
eat it when
5.
I need it.
Last we played, you all found yourselves on the lift south door, having just been opened along with roughly 11 others. As you heard a voice approach, you slammed the door shut. Through the door, you had a conversation with one Rye, a simple slugman, as he put it, but he tipped you off to a couple of things that you were able to use to your advantage. Firstly, Shade, you were able to hack into the security cameras, and through them observe the movements of the various participants of this game. With this knowledge, you were able to navigate this labyrinth of laboratories that had been mostly emptied out. However, you were unable to do so before Gibbs took a piece of ion tape, and having seen Bubs do something very similar successfully, you sealed the door that held this electronic creature at bay.
How the fuck was I supposed to know?
It was great. It worked out great.
I loved it.
Made out of electricity and plasma, the creature was able to slide through this single joint and emerge on the other side in its pure elemental form, damaging some of you quite severely. However, you were all able to rise victorious, and after a little bit of trouble navigating, eventually made your way to Laboratory Earth. And as you opened the doors there, you saw across the way Bubs, for you, a very familiar figure, and some of you have actually interfaced with her before, but Emma, the other member of, or one of 5 members of Bubs' graduating class. And that's where we begin this evening. Man, I got something stuck in my throat. 1 second here.
Is that our hopes and dreams of surviving this encounter?
No.
Yeah.
This all was a long time ago.
Oh. Shit.
Little baby Hades.
Little baby hippies?
Because that would make you Kronos.
Oh, look at that.
I
Dang.
It's a
keep
deep
giving-
cut.
Yeah.
Deep cut.
Little baby Hades.
I don't know that.
It's us back for a Cambrian joke.
God damn it.
Okay, here we go. Down about 30 feet of hallway, glimmering stainless steel floor, you can see the doors opened, and kind of kicking away from the desk that she was leaning against, you can see Emma. This individual, bald, wearing almost this uniform gray pullover crew neck sweatshirt, and what look very similar to the pants that you wear. Bubs. Excuse me. Across the way, you can see there is an elevator behind her. There are all manner of computer consoles. There are crates and things that look like much of what has been in there has been pulled away. But you can still see some things beyond. At this moment, you can see, even through what is just dim emergency lighting in this space, her eyes glisten and gleam with this icy intensity. What are you all doing?
Scratching my eyeballs to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic, and as far as you can tell, no real magic in this room.
She's She was not in the room. I thought I had.
No, she is.
She was.
She
We
was-
ended the episode. I'm gonna.
Oh, I just didn't
Yeah.
see her.
I replaced the all painted, all black model with
Okay,
one that had
gotcha.
at least some vague paints. There's no bald, ice-powered miniatures that exist in the world.
Well, there's your market.
Yeah.
Get on that
Yeah.
$1 million
You
idea.
could get like
Work
a,
at LBronRPG.com. Shoot us
Just
an
get
email.
like a 6-pack of One Punch Man minis.
I love that idea. Actually,
Wow.
man,
Yes.
I gotta think. I'm sure there's One Punch Man minis. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I'm
I'm gonna reach out my hand.
Also, Genos
Okay.
minis for
It's true.
And I'm going to kind of make the little gesture with my thumb as I do. Emma, it's me. It's Bubs.
You can see she looks across the space to you and she says, "That's not your real name."
Is it Adam Susan Danger Price Prime?
Yes.
She turns and flicks her eyes over to you. "I'm not talking to you."
I'm just ready to shoot her with the gravity gun if she tries anything.
Why are you here, too?
I'm here to make things right.
Right for who? You left us.
I didn't. It's not what you think.
Then what is it? Dr. Maldraw said you left us behind. Just like Miles, just like Hunter.
He's tricking you. It's not this idea that just because you're born with him and you're raised by him that he's a family member. It's not about that. It's about what's right, Emma.
Make a diplomacy check.
That's a natural 20.
Wow! First roll of the game.
I'm gonna also
Shit.
include, I'm gonna say, Emma, when I look in those eyes, I still see the same scared little girl. The one who used to make me small little ice sculptures and laugh at me when they melted in my hand because I didn't know the difference. You're still in there, Emma. You locked your heart away and behind some frozen glacier, and you pretend that it doesn't exist. And you think if you hide it away, you won't be vulnerable to the world, but I felt your heart. I know the warmth.
You can see she looks down. She breaks eye contact with you. Her hand kind of goes up to her chest as you mention her heart. And her eyes move back and forth rapidly. You can see whatever you said, something about that seemed to impact her pretty deeply. She almost takes a step back. And she looks down. She says, "No, he wouldn't lie to me. Family doesn't leave family behind. No."
I didn't leave. I'm back here now for you, aren't I?
You can't stop this. This is for your own good. And you look as she holds up her hand. You have your gravity gun ready. Are you doing anything as she does this?
Yeah, if she's doing something that's threatening, I'm shooting her with the gravity gun to knock her back.
She's holding her hand up. She says she's doing this for Bub's own good. Do you interpret that as threatening?
Yeah, I would
Cool.
say that's probably pretty
Go ahead, everybody roll initiative. We can
Oh, here we
just jump
go.
right into this fight.
Chaos dice.
Bummer.
Also bummer.
Damn, for what's it worth, this is costing you a pass straight out of here, probably. Unfortunately, but
you,
that natural 20, man.
yeah.
That natural 20.
It was inevitable. It's not like we're gonna be like, all right, let's talk our way out of this.
Could I have combat tracking on her from when
Yeah, I would say that
trained
would
on
be.
her?
Yeah, you can make that part of that whole preparation. No problem. Okay.
Okay.
Give me 1 second here.
That's because I used the dead die.
All right, Emma, let's do this.
Ooh, love that.
You want to save some of these for tomorrow?
I'm gonna give you
Yeah, I'm hoping that you use up all your luck tonight.
Is it the Akadai?
Don't count on it.
Akka returns.
That's a good point. Ooh, wow, she gets a bonus. Okay.
that?
Okay,
Anybody
give 'em back,
natural
that's
20?
My precious.
Oh my god, I've made a horrible
Anybody
mistake.
25 to 20?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Ooh, okay.
Fuck.
People
All
we
right.
want to go first are
20 to 15.
at the end.
17.
Advantageous.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Yeah, we rolled bad, dude.
Oh.
Okay, 15 to 10?
10.
Oh no. Oh. No.
10 to 5?
8.
8, okay.
I rolled a 2. What did you get?
13.
Oh,
I was logging in.
Oh.
I hate you.
Oh, that messes up my nice,
Buzz.
neat
I
initiative.
forgot to log into Festus this whole time. Because I was so surprised about the Wi-Fi working. I was like, oh, I got everything.
This
all set.
combat camera brought to you by me. Okay. When we have a sponsor, that's where you get to have your name. So, a couple of things. First of all, as you sort of flick your
She
hand,
made a snowman.
you already have this grab pistol at the ready, your combat tracking locked in on her. You remembered, Shade, that she could see you almost through the security cameras when you were looking back at her. And you get the sense that there's almost some kind of a similar component of your security tracking that she is using. And as she registers this movement, she changes what she was about to do.
Oh, can I change what I was about to do? If she's changing it?
You can, however, she was at initiative 26, and you
Oh,
are at initiative 17.
Okay.
She moves a little faster than you. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, we'll see.
Pot in the
My
chat.
palms are already
in the
super
chat.
sweaty.
And,
Yeah, how do I?
Can I have
I can do something with
reflex saves from
I know exactly what this is.
Shade,
fucking cone of cold.
it. Yeah.
Starfinder.
Shade, Bubs, and Gibbs.
Reflex saves?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna use my Akadai.
I'm like getting ready to
Okay,
roll.
you
I'm like, wait, not
can't
me,
call it
not me.
The Akka die.
And
We're in the back.
Bubs, take a +6 conditional modifier to that.
Oh.
I needed that.
What am I doing? Reflex?
So wait, who's on first?
We're taking reflex saves from Emma.
However, you and Spice are just out of range of this ability.
Nice. So it's like,
Gibbs?
can I re-roll for my Hannah Bane? Not Bane. Bless.
Your Hannah
wheel?
wheel?
Yes.
Go ahead and re-roll.
Wow.
Good job, Hannah.
Oh.
Better.
Oh
I'll take
yeah.
Hey, we got a spam.
I
in
took
the-
care of it.
Oh yeah, no,
it.
but it's
I
like
moderated
it's
for
a
the first
first.
time.
Yeah, no, it's that's a first.
We're cool enough to get spam.
Yeah, that's what we always want.
Yeah, thanks,
yeah.
Upin Kwa. Upin Ka.
They want us to buy followers, but we don't need to.
Yeah.
We have all of you.
Thanks,
And
Hannah. I got an
Upinka.
18 now.
18 for Gibbs, okay.
15 with
15,
that
not
+6.
bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was I doing?
It's a reflex save.
Yeah, this
Yeah, that was
not super great.
17.
A 17,
Nobody
okay.
wants me to have
Interesting.
it. I don't know why.
Everybody saves against this ability. Which, positive or negative, depending on how you want to listen.
Wait,
So,
what?
you watch as Emma gestures and the space that you are formerly occupying
Oh.
freezes.
No. Oh no. Oh no. Fuck,
For
man.
all of you who are within 10
Looks
feet
like
of this
it's-
Just go
ability,
around.
you can feel the moisture in your nose off the surface of your eyes from the tops of your skin just pulled out of you as it is turned into this solid brick of ice. And you watch Spice and Echo as the ice gets thicker and thicker and thicker, and you can almost not see through to the other
Had
side.
to dive out of the way.
At this moment, however, she has cut you off from the rest of the group. And then for her movement, she is going to... Dan, can you move her? She's on the other side of the elevator. Can you move her to the opposite side of the elevator, which is where the door is?
Thank you.
Yep. And she's going to guard the door. That is her turn. That brings us to Gibbs. Shade, you are on deck.
Where
Gibbs.
is the door? Sorry. Oh, like in the cage. Fine.
It's like it's not really a cage. This is like an elevator shaft that goes straight up to the ceiling. But I don't have a perfect 10 by 10 elevator.
That's fine.
Because sci-fi miniatures, they just don't exist yet.
Yeah, there's very few. I was looking at.
Hey,
it.
my
Oh
mini
gosh.
factory. Get
So
on
Yeah,
that.
we need to do your printer.
Anyways, so the door is on the side that she is currently facing, the one closest to Matt and Dan.
I'm gonna chase
her.
Okay.
And as I chase her, I'm gonna bump Shade out of the way.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, "You idiot! Why'd you do that? Emma, please listen to Bubs too, please. I really hear him out. We are not here to fight you if we can avoid it. He's earnest and sincere, and I'm not gonna attack you or touch you. I just think you should listen." And I'm gonna hold my action.
Make a diplomacy check.
Maybe it's all these pens in my tray.
No, obstacles are good.
Don't listen to Dan about dice. I would advise first.
Oh, but diplomacy is great. 14.
Okay. That is your turn?
do I have to declare trigger in Starfinder?
Yes.
My action will be to attempt to stop her from leaving
Okay.
if she goes to like use the door. So,
Okay, I see what you're saying. So if she tries to leave via elevator, you're going to attempt to stop her.
Yeah, I'll do something to the door probably. So I don't know.
No worries.
I haven't
Think
figured out
about
what I'm
it.
doing
Think
yet.
about it. Think about it. That is your turn, Gibbs. That brings us to Shade. Bubs, you're on deck. Shade, you watch as Gibbs drops to all fours and just scrambles through the door. You hear the Yosoki claws on the metal as she just rounds the corner, and then you hear muffled voices. What are you doing?
Can I see through the cage?
It's not a cage, so it's a solid elevator shaft that
okay.
goes up.
Oh, that's the elevator shaft, right?
yeah, similar to the one I talked about.
Yes.
About 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm catching up. Okay. I want to use my movement action to engage my adaptive fighting.
Sure.
I'm going to do double tap.
No problem.
And then,
But you know I was mad at you as I left.
Yeah.
I'm going to 20, 25, 30 to get to this corner of the elevator shaft.
Yeah.
Do I have
Line of sight?
line of sight?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ready my attack action in the event that she tries to attack one of us?
Yeah, absolutely. No problem. So you have the gravity pistol?
Yes.
Okay. Gravity pistol levered. So, Gibbs, as you pull up and you shout to Emma, all of a sudden you're aware on the other side of the elevator, Shade pulls up and levels the gravity gun at her, but does not fire. He's
I'm
kind
gonna
of waiting.
make eye contact and be like,
I'm holding my fire.
There you go. So, that is what the two of you do. Bubs, you now alone with the ice at your back, Echo and Spice behind you, Emma in front. What are you doing?
I'm going to turn my jetpack on and move 30 feet.
Okay.
I believe I can be like right here. Can I share a space? I mean, I don't even want to just be next there.
Do you just want to?
It's whatever. It doesn't matter.
If you're trying to do like a
Oh,
Mr. and
yeah,
Mrs. Smith, let's change.
Cute.
I'm going to
I have one. It's a long arm.
look at Emma. And is she looking at me?
At this moment, Emma is looking at
Version of this.
Gibbs.
Emma,
No, because
Emma, look at me. Oh, does he turn around?
I'm not going into
I mean, you can see her eyes flick over,
Yeah,
but she
okay.
can't respond until her turn.
no, I have a toss.
Anything else, Bubs?
No, I'm gonna say, Emma, I'm not wrong about this. I still think you're my family. But, and I'm gonna drop my hammer as I say, but, if you really think this is the choice you need to make, then you're dead to me. The Emma I knew is gone forever. And I want you to kill me right here. And not with your powers. I want you to use your hands, and I want you to look me in the eye as you do it. That's my turn.
Okay, no problem. That is your turn. No roll required. Bubs, that is your turn. That brings us to Echo. Spice, you are on deck. Echo, you just see this ice just down the hallway. You see everybody run away from you. Pretty common, but what do you want to do?
Echo takes like a sec, like grabs Spice's hand and says, "I believe we need to go the long way around,"
Okay.
and starts to head back the other way.
Spice doesn't do that. Spice fights you a little bit. I'm gonna ask the DM some stuff.
Okay. Seeing that Spice is fighting them, Echo's just going to like unholster the. Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
I have the. Is it a needler that we got or a dart rifle?
It is a dart rifle.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a long arm. It's an upgraded version of this one.
Oh, gotcha.
That's
So
why
I
you can't use it.
I know
gotcha.
exactly what to do in this situation, but I
Okay.
can't
Well,
say.
never mind. I'm not gonna get that one out. I'm gonna get the semi-auto out and just ready it.
Do
Okay.
it.
No problem. You do that.
And my trigger is if anything the first thing that like threateningly approaches, I'm gonna shoot.
Okay, no worries. That is your turn. Echo, you get this weapon ready. Spice, what would you like to do?
Classic
And then
android
we go to the
ready
top of
action.
the round with Emma.
Okay, so that blowtorch from that locker, would that be enough to melt this?
I'm gonna say without even a roll, yes. In the same way that like a big lighter could melt this, it would just take a long time. This is 10 feet of ice.
So it's not like a flamethrower.
No. This is a butane powered. This is
So
the
it's
same
like a
thing that-
barbecue lighter?
This is literally what you would use. No. This is what you would use to like creme brulee.
Toast
Oh,
marshmallows.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what I was saying.
Like light dabs.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. I can speak
It's
that
more
language.
relatable than marshmallows or creme brulee.
How about if I
Kids these days.
blew
Just
up
watched the
a
menu last night.
fuel cell?
Not a
Would that
sponsor.
blow up this?
Yeah, probably.
Ooh.
Okay, so I'm going to move back.
Okay.
But first, swift action or free action, drop 2 fuel cells. Move back.
Okay, so you watch. Spice resists you.
Oh my
And
God.
you kind of take your hand off, and you watch as Spice takes out her weapon and
What
just
is it?
like
Are you gonna move back or what?
just
I didn't know.
just chambers 2 rounds into the ground. And you watch as they just kind of bounce on the ground into the.
What are you doing?
You were
I
holding
think
hands,
it's
weren't you?
obvious, and then she's going to shoot the fuel cells.
Yeah, go ahead. Make an attack roll.
Okay.
Bye, Echo.
Does Echo get to
Like,
get
you're
out
like,
of
what
the
are you
way?
doing? And as Spice walks by, she's like, I think it's obvious. Pulls the pistol out.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's not that good though. It's only a 9.
Oh, she just shoots
That's
you
with,
in the
with
head.
your modifiers for small arms. This is an attack roll.
Yeah.
That must have been
With
a
whatever you're
bad
shooting with.
roll.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do. Oops.
You've got a
Yeah. No.
You've got a
Wow.
+4.
You need a 10.
Yeah.
Oh
No.
my
I
God.
got. Yeah. It's bad.
a
I rolled a 4.
Oh my God.
Okay, so in this moment, I mean, it's not bad. It's actually, depending on how you look at it, the better it is.
I
But
didn't
you,
roll
you
high
see this
enough.
cool thing, like I think it's obvious. You turn and
I
you
didn't
shoot,
kill
and just
Echo.
it shoots, and you watch as like an element of this weapon just embeds in the ice, completely missing the fuel cells that you dropped on the ground and then stepped like 10 feet away from.
Hey, you're fine. I'll just try again next round.
That is your turn, Spice. Phenomenal. That brings us to the top of the order.
Aren't you glad you didn't die?
So, in this tense space, in this like little laboratory with the elevator set to go up, Gibbs, you tell this person, you ready yourself to like stop them from leaving. You see Shade on the other side in a similar place, and then Bubs goes around the corner and then just delivers this like devastating monologue. Emma, from where she is, looks over and looks past Shade to you, Bubs. And she says, I'm not going to kill you. I don't know what's right, but we have a plan. Please don't try to stop this. And you watch as she steps into the elevator.
Nope.
What are you doing?
I will wisp ally.
Can I
The
try to shoot her with my ready action with the gravity gun?
You can. What I'll say is Gibbs is higher than you in initiative,
Oh,
so
okay,
Gibbs
yeah.
then you in terms of
Okay.
reactions.
Cool.
Would I be able to free action say something?
Yeah.
Emma, no!
Do you wanna build a snowman? Achoo!
Not a sponsor.
I'm just gonna yell, no, don't hurt her!
Okay.
And that's it.
And I'm gonna wisp ally.
Oh, is
Fine, I guess I'll wisp ally her.
Okay.
And I will do.
You drop the juice. Oh, yes, that's great.
Oh shit! None of this helps. What the?
That's why I was wondering what was the move.
No, it's not the move. It's fine. I will cast you.
Deserve.
Creature of CR4 level. Can I just sneeze on the elevator and just try to make it like?
Gross.
I don't have anything to do from 10 feet away, but I know I can sneeze.
No problem. As a held action, you run in your mind. As a mystic, you have all these different arcane abilities. You have been able to just explode people's heads. You've been able to throw these discs that can like almost knock out 4 people in a row. And in this moment, the only thing that you could do is sneeze. And you do so. And it's loud. It's gross. Through the Yosoki snout, there is like a of like gross boogers and everything.
Oh, yeah.
No problem.
Kara doesn't like
Jade,
that.
go ahead. Do what you would like to do.
All right, using my ready to action, I would like to pull her 10 feet towards us.
Yeah, make an attack roll.
Ooh, that's a 16.
It's a 16. As you pull the pistol up and Gibbs sneezes, it's almost because of the sneeze, you see Emma, it's like Matrix style, ducking away from this onslaught of phlegm. And then as you pull up the gravity pistol, you suck this entire Gibbs sneeze right into your face.
Yeah.
All across you, Shade and Bubs, just Gibbs' sneeze. And Emma just pulls up completely unfazed.
Emma, wait!
She steps into the elevator.
God damn it, Emma!
And she hits the button. The door shuts. However, what I will say is, no, you didn't because you missed her. Never mind. Unfortunate. So,
As she's going down the elevator, my hand's gonna be reached out. I'm just gonna spin my thumb.
okay.
At her?
And you spin your thumb.
It's like a
into
family thing,
space.
but also like a love thing.
You watch as the elevator, or you hear the elevator begin to
I
rise.
do it miles.
Gibbs, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna start going back to the ice cube, and I will,
So you're heading back to do stuff with the ice cube?
yeah, I'm
Okay,
done
no
here.
worries.
I'm gonna just.
Is there anybody doing anything relating to this
I'd
elevator?
like to try to overload the elevator.
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and make a computer check.
I'm gonna lick the ice cube. Bleh!
Your tongue gets stuck like in 24 hours of A Christmas Story.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm there now.
As a standard action, you can cause a short in an electronic device. It's non-functional for a round. So I'm hoping that it can open the door.
Yeah, you can certainly do that. No problem. So, well,
Or keep the elevator on the floor.
unfortunately, you would need to touch the elevator or the control mechanism for the elevator. There's the buttons, but that's just buttons and an LED light. From where you are, I'm gonna say without using that as your action, you know that that's just going to make it so that you can't open or shut the door.
Not gonna help then. Can I start wirelessly hacking the system to try and stop the elevator?
You can certainly try. Make a computer's check.
Looking at this terminal here, or there's an elevator terminal on this floor.
Interestingly, that terminal connected to the infosphere, but not connected to the security systems of this place. It is probably because it is connected to the infosphere why it's not connected to any systems. There is no wireless hacking point. And Shade, you would imagine there is an incredibly ancient technology carrying internet to this machine.
Huh.
Cat 5 wire.
Okay.
Literally.
Ancient.
In
know,
my
right? Cat 27.
ping of net around, is there another security system that is connected?
So,
in this
ding,
area?
you kind of go out and casting across this wide net. There are security cameras that you've already connected to in every point of this room. And then whatever else is still exists, you remember feeling beyond. It's higher up in this building.
Yeah. Okay.
And what I would say is, as the elevator goes higher and higher, you would imagine she is a little bit out of your guys' reach at this moment.
Yeah. I
And
guess.
so I will take you out of initiative.
Yeah, I'm gonna start trying to get into this old ass computer to see what it's got, because that's interesting that it's the only one.
I'm just
in the
going to go up
infosphere.
to the elevator and just start going.
Sure.
on the door.
No problem. You just bang and bang.
Press the
and
button.
bang.
Just press the button.
Slamming on the door
I say.
is gonna open.
So you already said we can't see through this ice cube, correct?
It's like it's right on the edge of opaque because of how thick it is. I would say if Gibbs is doing that, you see suddenly a shadow poof, on, and as it like moves in the way that it does, you're like, oh, that's Gibbs.
Okay.
I'm gonna reach out with my mind and say, move the back up, dipshit. I'm gonna shoot this. I'm gonna blow it up.
You can see for a moment Gibbs' tongue sticks, and it's like, and it snaps. And you fly backwards. The ice shatters. Echo, you're fast enough wherever you want. You can move out of the way. And as the ice explodes, you're left with a big jagged crack that you can move through if you wish.
You just like pokes their head in. Spice was going to kill me.
Shut up, Echo. No, it wasn't. That was your own fault for not moving out of the way.
Warning is helpful.
She like shoves you out of the way.
Echo, I wouldn't kill you
That is good to hear, Gibbs.
today.
Alright,
That is less good.
Can I grab some ice?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna hold it up.
Beverage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You grab a bunch of ice, no problem.
I'm already using my thermist for samples of various Maldross creatures. I pull out a Coke can.
No problem. You pull out an old rusty Coke can, or Sam's Club can.
Space cola.
Space Cola.
I'm not a sponsor.
Keeping that one, Space Cola, like that.
Nice. I'll fill it with some ice.
the carbonation goes down.
As Shade says, you have to press the button, banging won't do anything. I'm going to say,
And neither will attacking her. We can't just approach this.
We're not attacking her right now.
You
There's
tried,
nothing we
though.
can do. I tried to get her out of the range of the elevator so that
No, before
her
she
here.
cast the ice, you didn't let her finish what she was gonna say.
she was going to cast ice.
She
at
was
us.
gonna. We don't know that. You have to let
She
people
did.
finish.
Echo like looks back at the giant ice cube.
She changed her mind. She felt threatened first.
We never brought out any lethal weapons.
I think you shot first.
It doesn't matter. I'm starting to think.
The elevator door is open.
What are you
It is
starting
returned.
to think?
Everybody in?
Wait,
Have I gotten any
around
on
the
the
room?
computers with
So, Shade, as you kind of go over and connect to this
just
old console,
wirelessly while I'm having this conversation.
no problem. As your exocortex kind of in the background begins to rummage through the systems here, this is an old computer, and as I said, there isn't a wireless access point. You cannot wirelessly hack this machine. You look over, there is a keyboard. You see a black rubber-like component cable that sneaks into the back of some kind of console, and you have to physically walk over and tap these mechanical keys. Some of them stick, and as you look at it, like this is a very clean keyboard, but this is
as
old. Yeah, it's yellowed, not from dirt or grime, but just from age. But it's here. And this is one of the dumbest computers that you've ever seen, and in that way, almost
Big idiot.
yeah, almost perfect for not having somebody ruin things in your lab. If you wanted one secure point to the outside world, they couldn't do anything with this. There are very complex viruses and malware and things that can do all kinds of things, and this couldn't support a single one of them. However, it is an access point, and you can see there's this picture that's been pulled up, a big picture of Bubs and Spice. It is basically they took the picture from the security feed and then pulled it up across the whole screen. But as you minimize it, there's like a very simple InfoSphere browser, and it's probably just something to connect to the outside world.
Okay, so there's nothing stored on it besides.
And you would imagine this is almost set up in a way that there's like no hard drive space. It probably wipes everything when it shuts down. It's probably has like a ghosted image to it.
It's the Unit 1 computers.
Can I send wirelessly the information that I got about Brittlebone from the computers upstairs to a secure line with Peep?
Yeah, I would say, that's more complex. I would say if you wanted, you could send him using Mosaic's email.
Do you really want to sign in?
I'm gonna put it in a zip and then I'm gonna encrypt it.
Yeah, perfect, no problem.
While Echo's like looking through the various crates and lockers, they like look over Shade's shoulders. What is Minesweeper? and continues like looking around through the crates.
Make an investigate or perception.
Whatever the check is to find something.
Yes,
Perception.
Starfinder.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. I might roll poorly other times, but I roll high when it doesn't count. That is a 26.
A 26. So you begin to rummage through, and you can see very clearly a lot of mindfulness has been taken to clear this place. Files are gone. As you log into the computer systems, most of them just shells. Anything of value has been pretty much taken away. You do, however, find
a thing.
Give me 1 second here. I gotta pull up Earth Lab. It's in my last week's notes.
Please don't be a useless thing.
Huh?
It's like, please don't be a useless thing that I have found.
It's a moving dolly.
It's a file folder.
A glass
it's
terrarium
empty,
with
but
a frog.
Oh, a box of staples.
Ooh, that's not unuseful. I
Do
take
we have
it.
do we have a staple?
For what
There's
it's worth,
tinfoil with the
you
frog.
do find there is a terrarium,
Cool.
and it does have one of these live frogs.
Ooh.
You can see this particular one has a little tinfoil hat. There are little wires and very simple green and yellow rubber housing and a little red light that kind of blinks every now and then. And that is on the table that is right up against the elevator.
If I died, that's my new character. It's a frog with a tinfoil hat.
A legit frog.
Yeah. Like, you're gonna have to carry me around. I can only go 5 feet per turn.
It's not a magical
to
frog
carry
either.
me.
It's just a frog.
But it's
Carry me.
it's a QAnon frog or whatever.
Oh no! It's a conspiracy theorist
I don't
frog.
like that character anymore.
It's a Q frog.
Pick a different character.
Jet kills you
I was
instantly.
just say, you cannot survive outside of your terrarium.
And
You
a
are
fox
dead.
comes by, and you're dead.
You find in one of these drawers, seemingly just kind of left behind. It's one of those things where as you pull out the drawer at first, it's the top drawer on a desk, and the amount that you would normally pull a drawer out, it's cleared, but it's a long drawer, and as you pull it away, there's a little thing of thumbtacks, rubber bands, and then, very nice compared to all the mishmash you've seen, what is called a Gellied hail pistol. This is almost crystalline in nature. Much of the construct you can see through and see the inner workings of it, but the exterior, some kind of synthetic material like a plastic or a concrete or some kind of almost ceramic that is almost snow white, and it houses this together. And just from looking at it, you can see there are elements of cryogenics within. This seems to be an ice weapon of some sort.
There wouldn't happen to be a card for it, would there?
I don't have one yet.
Cool.
This was something for somebody to pull out if Emma wasn't in this room and we needed the little ice block. But, yeah,
Cool. Echo's gonna pocket that.
no problem.
Is there a Starfinder equivalent that I can put into her?
A Gellied hail pistol,
Okay.
Gelid,
And then GELID, and then hail as in like
HAIL,
H-
pistol, yeah.
as in
Ice pistol.
Which gives you an idea as to maybe what it does.
I'm gonna continue what I was saying.
I don't know anymore.
What don't you know? You tried. This was more successful than we thought it would be.
Look, we need to keep moving. She's getting away.
She's getting away.
When she gets up to Maldros, they're going to do something. We need to stop them. We need to go now, and we need to be cohesive. I know that emotions are high right now, but if we're going to succeed here, we need to stick together.
Bubs, make a sense motive check. As everybody talks around you, just this overwhelming amount of emotional stuff has happened to you in the last 24 hours. And then, on top of all of it, you're in a place that looks a lot like places you've been before.
19.
Nice.
You can see there is all the makings of a laboratory.
Oh, I
It
do have a
looks
modifier.
similar in ways to many of the things that you've seen in your previous place.
So,
21, 22. That you've seen in your past when you were growing up in the safe haven area, but this seems to be a little bit more advanced. It still doesn't look done. You still don't see signs of militarization. You still saw training rooms. It seems like progress has been made, but are they ready to finish something? Probably not. You think about what Emma told you. Don't try to stop this. There is still probably work to be done. Them finding you is the reason why most of this stuff has probably been moved from the laboratories. when you guys blew your cover night number 1, you gave them almost a full week to remove everything. They probably had to move their laboratory as a result of you all showing up. That costs probably millions of credits. It's going to be very upsetting to somebody, but you're still not quite sure who. Maybe Dr. Maldross is the end of it.
I'm going to relay all this information to the group, and then as I do this, I'm just going to end it with,
So, whatever is going on here, maybe it doesn't end with Dr. Maldross. Maybe there's something...
It would explain why Emma has got more agency, right? She chose not to kill you in the forest when she had the chance with the giant frog, and she chose not to kill you again here. If all they wanted was you dead, you would probably be dead. She wants more than that, so I don't think she's running off to Dr. Maldross to stop or kill Bubs or...
It doesn't matter what we think. It matters what happens.
Perhaps Maldross is seeking to acquire the previous failures. My apologies, Bubs. I do not mean you are a failure in our estimation. I mean you are a failure according to the rules and guidelines of this experimentation.
as Echo says that, Bubs is going to think back to the bonsai tree and how we both cut the stem that we thought was the failure.
I'm going to press the elevator button.
No problem. You press it. The door is still open.
Remember that.
The elevator car is still right in front of you.
We should go. We can discuss this after.
As I level at Bubs by this conversation and not scavenging, can I think about what I know about modern medicine and the trigger words that were said that have changed Bubs, the nosebleeds and
check, yeah.
Could I make it a medicine check?
Yeah, if you want. Different result.
probably
Maybe
want-
a little bit more applicable in terms of medicine stuff.
I want a medicine check, and I want
Sure.
because I want a solution. Medicine's always got solutions. Oh, there's a blueberry. Oh, natural 20, but there's a blueberry.
That's what you reacted to.
Oh, there's
Not
a
the natural
blueberry.
20, it's the blueberry. Phenomenal. All
So
right,
that's a
it's
20
the
plus
sweetest
14.
blueberry ever.
It's my highest stat.
Okay. You begin to think about these words. You think back to the previous time, and you never really write these things down or whatever, but you have a pretty good memory. And Gibbs, as you think about some of these things, there are words that definitely have to do with things that have manifested in Bub's actions. You heard words relating to things like cleanliness and sanitation. You've seen how much of a germ-avoidant person Bubs is. You heard things about salt. Not quite sure what that might mean. Probably not relating to medicine necessarily. And then you begin to wonder, what came first? The way that Bubs was, or these words? Bubs has been with these people since he was a child. And you begin to wonder if maybe these elements of cleanliness, or perhaps these attachments to certain colors, maybe they come from these words. Maybe so deeply embedded are they, and perhaps more of them, that those are the reasons Bubs is the way that he is. So maybe these don't necessarily have meaning medically, but these are part of pretty complex psychic reprogramming.
I'm gonna grab Bubs' hand. Bubs, I could give you 10 minutes of reprieve when we first started this, and I can't give it to you now, though I think you could use it. But I want you to remember how it felt to be detached from what you are, and to be somewhere else, suspended in some place different, someplace you actually want to be. So as we go up in this, and this becomes harder, and the choices become tougher, just think about that, and know that you're strong enough to get at least there if you're not strong enough to do whatever action is going to be required of you. I believe in you, Bubs.
He's going to just do a half smile.
Thanks, Gibbs. That means a lot.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Step into the elevator.
Okay. Everybody going up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Spice is gonna do this with her thumb
Yeah, Bubs
as
will
they go down.
take her hand and reciprocate.
I hold his hand too.
It's like a circle. It's all three of us.
Ooh, your hands are chilly.
I know.
You guys are all
why?
holding hands in the middle, the androids on either side of this group, and the elevator begins to move. This is a smaller elevator than the one that you were on previously, only 10 by 10, and so with 5 of you, I guess Gibbs is pretty small. It's not too tight, but you are very close.
When I picked up my hammer at some point.
And in this tight space, you just hear and look over, and Gibbs just looks very guilty.
I know I look proud.
And all of you are assaulted with this biological attack in a very enclosed space. The elevator
Bubs
is
doesn't smell.
slow.
It's just you.
Slow is this elevator. And so
Not the time.
by floor by floor.
I've been holding it
by
in.
floor.
I'm anxious.
Can we
Clearly.
focus?
My sensors are reading a contaminant in the airways.
Oh, really quickly.
Remember,
I pull out my mercy weapon and I'm gonna mercy shoot the rat I have in the cage. It can't die because it's a non-lethal weapon.
Yeah.
But the idea is that if this was to grow into something like huge and monstrosity, that at least it's unconscious. So I meant to do this earlier, so this is kind of weird timing. But before I go see Dr. Maldros carrying something where I was literally like, it's a trap.
So
I take
for
a
reference, in the middle of a packed elevator, in order to draw the most possible attention to yourself, you were ripped apart,
I forgot I was gonna do.
claimed it, then pulled out a cage of a rat and shot it.
I forgot.
So you watch as your sociopath Yosoki Mystic does this. And
I'm the emotional core. Excuse you.
yes,
So Bob is probably gonna like look for like a air sanitizer, but then he like reaches his pocket and he feels the synth spray. And he's like kind of paranoid. He's like thinking, oh, I gotta spray it again. I gotta do it again because it's kind of like a repetitive thing now at
yeah,
this point.
yeah.
And he knows he's gonna spray it on. And he just offers it to everyone else if they want it.
We just did it like 2 minutes ago.
like not even.
There were some people who didn't do it.
I put it again on my bottle.
For what it's worth, though, you take out the Codicus pistol, you put it up to the rat, and you watch as a full-size needle pierces the rat's body. It's less that any kind of sedative is delivered, as like the rat loses just enough blood to go unconscious and not die. You pull out the needle through both sides of the
Spice
the
like
creature.
eyes her like, what the fuck are you doing while putting lipstick on?
The thought was
please,
that
we only have a few minutes. Our target is Dr. Maldros.
and his research.
The door is open, and you see in front of you a door that is indicating a public relations conference room. You've been in this hallway before, and as you step off the elevator, you can see elements of that wall have parted aside, and you are now in almost the front where you had entered.
What?
Like Eric said, he wasn't gonna let us catch him anyways.
It's true.
You look around. Dr. Maldros nowhere to be found. Emma nowhere to be found.
I cast no coordinates.
You see Gibbs yank the bottle around, shoom, pull off the cork. You pull it up to your eye, and as instantly you kind of get pink eye, it expands your vision across this area, and you can see steadily heading towards the spaceport.
They're at the spaceport.
Heading towards, not quite there yet.
They're not quite there yet. We could stop them. Run. Rush.
Get to the vehicle.
Yeah,
And
get
Echo
to
goes
get into the nearest vehicle and driving as fast as I can.
As you all begin to run, you can see there is still tied up near your vehicle the security guard who has kind of like fallen asleep. He's still tied to the chair exactly where you all left
Take
him.
them.
Yeah, but he's trying to get out of here. You can see this guy is just asleep in this chair. But if you want, you can pile in your car and
Let's
haul off.
pile in.
Can I chew the
Echo's
rope?
sprinting ahead.
Yeah,
No problem. So Echo, you sprint ahead.
I'm
the rest
running
of
to
you
the car.
Run to the
and
car.
fucking
Gibbs, you shoot through the rope.
Hopping
The guy just kind of like pulls himself out, and you can
Jump
see
jet.
he just seems super confused. But are you just running to the car?
Thank you for your service. Goodbye.
You're welcome. And then you just run.
I'm gonna say before I leave, I'm gonna reach my mind out to Rye and go, I wasn't actually your mom.
That's even brutal.
Oh, no.
Brutal.
I'll see you in the next life, Rye.
Why? Why must you make us big enemies?
This is why you're wanted for, like,
Bullshit.
so much money.
You reach your mind out, and it's too far away.
Oh, I don't get him anyway.
You're at least 200 feet away.
Okay.
You just
Well,
took
I
a long
try and
elevator.
I don't feel anything.
He was at, for what it's worth, I rolled before I thought about that, and he was going to just be like, "Oh, Mom, you're just trying to make us easier for me. Always looking out for me, Mom." But no problem. You're just too far away.
All right.
So you all pile in the car. Echo runs ahead. You like have to jump in the car right as they're like peeling out, but no problem. You all begin to move. Give me 1 second here.
And I've got my plus 10 to speed with the piloting thing.
As
That's true.
they're running, Echo kind of like pings through the comms and says, "Can anyone provide an updated view of the port and its surroundings?"
I would probably ping out the map of the island
Sure.
and the images that
You know
we
what?
took at
have
the
that. Why not?
beach.
I love the Oris Bay map. Makes me so happy.
Bubs is just gonna say,
Like a live feed is what
Yeah.
Echo was looking
I'm gonna ping the drone's feed as I have it fly above.
Oh,
like,
right. The like getaway jet
Yeah,
skis.
Yeah.
You currently have, I believe, give me 1 second.
I'm gonna have it like
port's not near any water.
I just want to say, you guys make fun of Dan for asking what time it is at the beginning of every session, but one of the things that's really good about that,
Did we?
night vision.
you didn't today, but it forces me to
think we
keep
make fun
track
of
of
you.
that.
Oh yeah.
You have exactly 19 minutes left on this drone,
Okay. I have this feed left for 19 minutes
which
before
is
the battery
amazing.
dies.
So,
That is the perfect amount of time. Thank you.
Echo, you speed ahead, and so you get there significantly faster than anybody else, or you would. As you begin to run and run and run, is there anything that you're doing? Like, you're going very fast. You're passing vehicles.
Echo's like kind of in like the background, keeping an eye, like kind of everyone's like focusing on the road, but every once in a while, like pinging up to the image. I would imagine that's like floating here.
Make a perception check. You can see this map of Aura's Bay beamed out over your eyes, and you can see like a little blinking dot. That's you, and where the party is.
It's got the.
Yeah.
That's a 21.
21. As you look up at this map, you can see just for a moment there's a flash, and you can see the colors of the Aura's Bay Police Department. This car just tucked behind a building, like a speed trap, you would say. Are you doing anything?
Echo is going to take the nearest detour around the car to like kind of like duck through an alley because Echo doesn't need roads.
Yeah, no problem. You
Run through someone's yard.
You just duck right into an alley.
Echo's doing
and
the,
you
like,
just bypass right around.
Ferris
no problem.
Bueller like
Yeah.
hop over the
You dart
fence.
to the right. You jump on the little kid's trampoline over the fence. Yeah, no problem. That is what you do to go around that. You continue to move. For the rest of you, you are moving and you're driving, correct?
Is
Who's in the
Echo-
passenger seat? Okay.
Is Echo able to communicate the speed trap
You certainly can.
in time?
Oh.
Alert! They're Oris Bay
Ways
Police
detour.
Department.
We also bounce on some kid's trampoline.
Yeah, there you go.
I
Get a jump and then slam the truck down. Yeah, no problem.
I'm gonna flip it to the oldies station
Okay, fantastic.
and turn on the bum heaters.
The bum heaters, no problem. Here, let's do something a little bit more thematic then. Give me 1 second. Let me use it.
Yakety sax?
I wish. It's not, I think it's 2029 that Yakety Sax is eligible.
Damn.
I'll just put on a little,
Baba, have you thought about what you want to say to Dr. Maldross when we see him?
So, Gibbs flips the radio over to the oldie station, changing the composure of this chase somewhat. Echo, you relay that there is a speed trap, and you punch in a detour. This does pull you around, and it does allow Echo to get a little further ahead. But Shade, as you move along and you pass, watching the road you would have gone, for a brief second, through the cracks between houses and spaces between
and my drone
palm
feed.
trees here. What?
And the drone feed.
And well, you can't really see it because
Oh,
that's
okay.
overhead, but you do see through the windshield of this, a Kasatha male, about 40, warm gray skin. You can see there is like a gas
The
mask.
chief.
This was your former boss.
It's the chief.
And you are very happy that you took this detour. So you rush around. You can see there is a patrol hover cycle as you move along.
I'm good for one thing.
Avoiding the fuzz.
I would say, well, make a perception check as you go by, actually. A little tidbit here I forgot about.
That's pretty good.
You've been replaced by an intern who's got
23.
like hair.
You see
Really
Wade,
wants
the
a
intern.
bakery.
No, you see that he is currently reading a newsletter. This is the Aura Bay Succulent Society, and this is the March issue of ABSS.
Friend.
But you drive along, yes.
Bob is first gonna say, I can't think of that right now, Spice. I had to focus. He can't get away. He can't keep getting away with this. And as he's doing that, I'm going to look at at the spaceport. Is it like a normal airport where like there's like a schedule of when ships are leaving, or can they just leave whenever the hell they want?
It depends. So there's actually two primary parts of the spaceport. There's a place for transports, and those schedule, much like a commercial airline. And there's a private portion to the field where you all are parked. And you would imagine Dr. Maldros as well.
Okay, I would just like to look at the schedule of the public one. Is that available?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
As Shade wheels the car around a corner, and you like slam into the wall. You're like looking at the infosphere really quick.
Is there any ones that are going to be launching within the next? How far are we away from the spaceport?
You are maybe no more than like 2 minutes away.
Okay.
Echo at this moment is running into the next thing that I'm about to talk about, but right now, nothing within the next half an hour.
Okay, cool.
Publicly.
Cool.
Nothing
Cool.
boarding now.
Publicly, okay.
That being said, Echo, you being well ahead of this group, you run, and you can see the gatehouse that you have gone by many times. However, unlike other times, most of the lanes are closed. There is a single lane open at this point, and you can see a very familiar person who is kind of like working at this the window, and maybe 14 cars that are lined up in the single lane. But what are you doing?
Again, Echo's walking.
That's fantastic, a roadblock.
Echo kind of like doesn't keep running at pace, but kind of like slows down a little bit to like not push cars aside with the speed, but also to like look through the windows casually, and then approaches the gatehouse and says, "Hello, Roy."
You can see Roy Sunbrown, very familiar with you, looks up and just goes, "Oh, hey, Rocco. Sorry about this, but we got all the gates closed. I guess the GPF folks are in, and as they're transferring out parties as they do, we have to close and only allow one lane. We have to search every car. So you got to get in line, unfortunately. Sorry about that."
I understand. I am just going to check on some inventory in my ship.
Oh, no, I totally understand, and you're welcome to do so just as soon as you go to the end of the line over there, and just kind of, it'll be about 10 minutes, and I gotta get back to this guy. Sorry, Rocco. And he turns back and just says, "All right, so everything seems to be in order. Go along and enjoy your stay next time." And this other guy just kind of nods, his window goes up, and you see this one car goes through.
Do I catch who's in the driver's seat?
Sure, it is like a human, maybe in his 40s. You see sort of a bushy-looking mustache. He looks like he probably got pretty badly sunburned. Anything in particular you're looking for?
Bald-headed Emma in the passenger seat.
Certainly not. You look over, you like look through, and you can see the security. Roy is just like, "Excuse me, Rocco, you really can't be looking at other people's cars." And the guy just kind of looks at you. You can see like suitcases, clearly like ready to leave his vacation. He's sunburned.
Echo's like blue eyes blaring.
Yeah.
Enjoy your trip. And Echo like walks casually back to the back of the line.
Okay.
And once they get like far enough that Roy is like concentrating on his job again, they're gonna like boop, off to the side.
Yeah.
And consult the drone to see if there's any like other points of entry that Echo could potentially just slip through.
Without even consulting the drone, so the security gate goes over about 50 feet until it hits like the natural mesas and bluffs.
Mm-hmm.
You could climb the rock and get over there, assuming that you can sneak by Roy.
Who's busy
Yeah. Just to
and is
check
not
away.
paid enough.
Roy is my friend.
You're also not there. So what are you doing, Echo?
Oh God. this is important. Echo like mutters under their breath and dims their lights
Another car goes through.
and says, "I'm sorry, Roy," and tries to like sneak past.
Make a stealth check.
As she's doing that, do we pull up and we get into the line?
I would say, yeah, at that point, you would be.
So is the drone already at the station as well? Would
It's
it
like
have
in that
beaten
area.
us?
Yeah. No, it's like roughly keeping pace with you.
Okay.
32. With the 32, no problem.
Nice.
You dull the lights, you take like a bunch of dirt and you rub it over any parts of your like jumpsuit or anything that's like even slightly reflective, slightly white. You just blend in, and there's a point where you turn over, and for anybody looking, maybe they would see like a dim glow through like the dirtied visor, but you could see Roy is just like, you can't read what he's saying, but he's just like chatting away with like an older Yosoki couple, and he's just like leaning in, like completely engrossed. This is like a really nice guy.
And
that
the
you're taking
song
advantage
is playing.
I also know that Roy's gonna get fired.
of. And you can see you just like jump right over, no problem, and you find yourself in the public area of the spaceport. There's a massive, gargantuan transport ship. You can see windows and windows and windows. There are people like filtering in through a walkway, and then off down the way, you know where your ship is, and many of the other private ships. This row of little silos.
Echo's heading towards the private ship area.
Yeah, you take off. For the rest of you, you pull up into this line.
As
There's
Bubs
10 cars in front of you.
gets in line, he's going to open the door.
Fuck this! I can't wait. I've been waiting my entire life for this.
Wait, don't cause a scene in the middle of this place.
Echo pings their location to the group and also alerts. There is a public transport ship that appears to be unscheduled and is departing soon.
I mean, it's a scheduled
Oh, it's scheduled?
ship.
Oh, I thought it
It's
was- I thought it was
it's like
unscheduled.
people, you know how people always go way too early? People are like getting on because they
What?
want to make sure they get their seat, even though everybody has a seat.
It
Why
seems to
wouldn't
be a low-cost carrier, so therefore people are arriving far too early and attempting to procure free overhead bin space for themselves.
We'll get out on foot.
No, Echo's there. Echo. And I text Echo. Can you just sabotage Dr. Maldros' ship or figure out which one it is and see if you can, like, lock the doors?
Unfortunately, Gibbs, there are many private ships, and the GPF is here as well.
The GPF.
And as you all
One of
kind
them's gotta
pull up
smell
into
like
this-
Maldros.
Echo just like sends back an emoji that's just like the question mark, like.
You do see like a little luggage trolley go by on the concourse, and one of the bags you can see completely black, and there is the orange halo with the various planets that make up the GPF around it.
As Shade says, let's go on foot, Bubs is going to say,
If I give you a kind of like a boost on my jetpack, could you fly the rest of the way with your jump jets?
Is this over the comms or is that just?
no, I'm just,
Okay.
yeah, I guess, I don't know, I think I'm just saying it to Shade.
Let me see if I will die if you do that.
I'm
first.
going to make a perception check on all of this GPF.
I imagine I would do it within
Go for it.
the limit of what you're, because I've seen you do your
Yeah,
jump
yeah,
jets
exactly.
within 20 feet, so I imagine I wouldn't go above 20 feet, would you?
22.
I think I have.
With a
I
22,
don't take
you
fall
watch.
damage. I'm pretty sure.
This little cart
so
go
make
away.
it-
There's nobody driving it. It's the future. This is like a little robot cart with the luggage. It slams your luggage in on its
do
own.
that.
And you watch as it just kind of disappears and moves along and reappears further. And actually, as you watch, you can see further than the luggage is Echo. Just barely, and only because you know what Echo looks like. They almost blend into the darkness. But you do see the direction that it's moving in.
I wouldn't know why the GPF is here, would I?
You have seen GPF people here before. You saw 3 of them and interacted briefly with them.
Yes.
Aside from that, no idea.
Can I text Peep and say,
Toss me.
Peep, can you shut down the spaceport? Dr. Maldros is leaving. We're in the spaceport. Help!
We don't have time for that.
As
Oh,
Shade
did we-
says, toss me, I'm going to,
It didn't actually.
Oh.
That was fucking.
oh, okay.
The Lord of the Rings.
This is fucking Gimli.
Well, do you,
Yeah, no, but if you're trying to do something, what are
Yeah.
you trying to do?
I'm trying to, you said go on foot, I'm trying to lift you up and fly with you and then have you don't take fall damage, so I can just get you over there and I can keep flying. You can at least get 2 people over and we have Echo in there as well.
I mean, I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah, you could try it. I love this.
I'm gonna lift under your arms and like.
Do we have a location of where he is? Because maybe he could.
You have Echo right now. This little dot moving. Echo is in pursuit. Spice knows also the luggage going in the same way, so probably like roughly.
So we
all
don't
the stuff
think that they
happened.
may have gotten onto the.
No, they're in the line, aren't they? Are they in the line?
Ship.
We don't know.
Echo didn't see them in the line.
So I'm going to reach my arms under shade
Yeah.
and like do like one of these. Like, have you ever seen like?
Are you trying to do this hidden at all?
Yeah, I'm going to try to do this.
Make a stealth check with a -6 conditional modifier because you're using a jetpack, and that's not a stealthy equipment.
Alright.
How tall is the spaceport here?
Do you mean like the fence?
Yeah.
16.
Gives an idea
Oh,
to get
I
shit
could just
out.
jump over it. I
you
don't
coulda.
want to do this.
I
don't want you to pick me up
Okay,
like
then
a
you
cat.
can. No,
and
then you
fucking...
can just jump
What's
over.
your stealth
it
check?
then. That was a 9 plus 0.
So
Blows
you all
it.
watch, you're all talking,
Yeah.
and then you're sending this message over to Peep. You get a message back, and then you look down, and Peep is like, "You guys need to keep a low profile. The GPF have a shuttle here. They're leaving. I don't know what's going on. We're in USR territory. Just please try to keep things quiet." And then as you get this text, you hear, and you turn and see Bubs rocket pack himself over the guardhouse. Shade as well, if you were doing.
I'm running up and just jumping over a part of the fence that isn't being guarded by fucking Roy.
Yeah, no problem. So everybody runs over.
I
And
do it stealthily
Trying
by.
trying to,
Can I hijack the luggage guy? Can I ride on that?
It's on the other side of the fence. But what I will say is, as Bubs jetpacks over, Roy, who is down, like, talking to this couple, and is just like, "Oh, no, I tried to make it out to the Petri system once." And then all of a sudden, there is this, and he turns and just goes, "What the?" And he opens the door. He comes into, like, the other side, and he sees Bubs just land right there. You, no problem, make a acrobatics check if you're just going to try to
Do you
scam
mind
the
if
fence.
I'm like, "Whoop, this is our chance."
Yeah, go for it.
Can I also fly the drone down to, like, bring it
Nice.
at a level where if they try to go out of the port,
Yeah, no
you can
problem.
kinda
You
see
kind of
them.
descend a little bit to get closer.
8.
And then also to rest it gently on
18.
the ground
18,
in,
okay.
like,
It's pretty good for
the
Gibbs.
Natural
10
one.
minutes.
No, no.
Nice. For
So
once.
Gibbs, you run and you, like, with your claws and your
Dale.
tail wrapping around parts of the fence, you haul yourself over, no problem. Spice, you jump onto the fence. You're wearing heels. You just applied makeup. You're, like, kind of not dressed for this sort of activity, as is typical. And as you get up to the top, your the edge of your garment kind of snags onto the wire, and then you end up pulling down. You hear a it just tears all the way up, and your feet touch the ground, but the rest of your garment, like, suspended up, like, clanging from the top. You are technically considered restrained, as this is, like, holding you to the fence.
Can I, on my way down,
Yeah,
snip
no problem.
it, and then I will shimmy off my vest that I wear, and I will give you my vest.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Is the oldies music still
Snap.
going?
What?
Oldies music.
No. I'm about to change the old music because things are changing pretty dramatically.
It's going in our car.
You left
Like,
this in the
shimmery
car.
gold.
There's just an
a car in
abandoned
the
van
street.
with like oldies music
The
playing.
line's not gonna move at all now.
You guys are having a huge problem for, like, just tourists.
They could go around.
It's just Orlando, you know.
Yeah, this is
We've
just
taken
Florida.
Oris Bay. We've gone from Kauai to like the Big Island.
So, in this moment, you all run to the other side. Gibbs, you drop down, like, bite the rest of the part that's holding Spice to the fence, and just throw your vest over. And you're like, "Come on, we gotta go." You begin to, like, move over. Roy, who, like, watches this catastrophe of you infiltrating, doesn't see Shade, doesn't see Echo, but certainly sees the rest of you. He goes, runs into the side and slams his fist down. A button is depressed, and you all can just hear as all of a sudden lights begin to flash everywhere. You can see there are sirens and lights that begin to move, and you do know there are USR Marines that do guard this base. But in this moment, there is only about 200 feet between you and your ship. You do not know where Dr. Maldross's ship is. Echo, you are further ahead than everybody, and as you reach the silo where you know your ship to be, are you stopping there, or are you going to continue to look?
Echo's continuing to look. Echo cares not about what's actually on the ship. That was a lie.
Yeah, make a perception check.
27.
27. You run up to the ship and you watch as just maybe 100 feet down, there are 2 silos between you and then one that is open. And in the open one, you watch as this little luggage cart just kind of turns in.
Now, Joe,
Yes.
I'm following a luggage cart.
Yeah.
Luggage cart's not people.
No?
I don't know that that's Dr. Maldross and Emma.
No?
Fuck.
So here you are. You see this open silo. You are right in front of your ship. You turn and you can see in the distance as alarms begin to blare, the rest of your crew like running towards you. And certainly sirens elsewhere in the spaceport coming in this direction.
Is Echo able to establish a comms link with the director?
Certainly can, yeah.
When I got over the fence and got in, I would have just started looking like more casually. I wasn't just trying to sprint to the
Okay,
ship.
yeah, no worries. So you just kind of like blend into the crowd.
Yeah,
You're on the tarmac.
because they didn't see me, right?
No, but
Yeah.
you're on the tarmac, and so like there isn't like people.
But I'm like
More
looking
stealthy
for-
infiltrating. Let's run.
Yeah.
No problem.
Is
Make a
this-
perception check.
Trying to like keep a low profile still.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Echo establishes a comm link with the director and says, Director, your assistance is required.
Echo, what can I do for you?
Would you be able to monitor all ship takeoff and landings in the next hour?
In this moment, there's like a brief moment of silence, and you can hear, Echo, there is a ship powering up nearby. Coordinates to you now. And then there's this ping, and you can see right where that little luggage place just went in. There is a ship powering up.
Anything else?
In a brief scan, there is a transport due to leave in 37 minutes.
Director, thank you. Please keep me informed.
Echo, revising timeline, 45 minutes. There is a delay at the northern gate. Southern gate, sorry.
That's us. We're the
Yes,
delay.
You are the delay.
Echo like just briefly pauses, as brief as Echo is, and it's like, understood. Thank you. And they sprint as casually as they can to the side of the silo just to the doorway.
Do you relay the information?
Echo would relay it like would Echo relay it? Echo would probably keep the like location ping going, but no like comms.
Okay. As you begin to like move out of the range, you do hear from the director, Echo, and then you just leave the range. But it sounds like the director's trying to say more to you.
Oh, Echo holds up when the director speaks.
As you hold up, you can hear the ship powering up. You have an option. You can wait and listen to the director, or you can go after the ship. But you're going to lose something in this moment. What are you doing?
Shit. Echo runs forward. Echo probably won't slow down.
No problem. You run towards
right.
this. As you like,
Echo
Gotta
is
get the
speed.
bounty.
Here we go.
Gotta
love
get that
it, I love
bounty.
Buddy, I know that's the wrong move. I know
No,
it
no,
is.
no. You don't know. You don't know.
I mean, it's a 50-50. There's no wrong moves in
No,
D&D.
Echo-
We're just
Yeah.
this is a story thing.
No, it's the director, man.
The director's
We're
still gonna
BFFs.
be, he's not going
He'll
anywhere.
be
He's
there
on the
when you
ship.
get back.
The director has no gender.
my favorite thing is that you guys, Echo has made all these friends over the course of being in Aura's Bay for like 5 days, and in this sense, in this last like 5 minutes, has lost all of them. No, but I mean, you're just traumatizing all of your relationships.
No!
You rush over to this
You still
corner,
want it.
and you can see there is a shuttle that is currently in the process of getting ready to take off. And when I say getting ready, thrusters powering up. You can see it is beginning to move off of the actual tarmac itself. It is ready to leave.
When Echo sees that, Echo pins the location of the departing shuttle
Yeah.
and will zip back to the director.
Okay, you begin to zip back in
Bubs
this
is
direction.
going to try to hypotenuse where the ship will be taking off in the air to try to like be above it
Okay.
and try to get into it as it takes off.
Okay.
Gives
For
us
what
in a
it's worth-
run to the pilot ship,
No
to the
problem.
pilot seat.
This is a shuttle roughly the size of the ship that you guys lost in the way station El Paso. And if it is rising,
Okay, it's gonna be like a tidal wave, kill me.
I mean, you're going to get hit by a spaceship attempting to achieve escape velocity.
Okay, I didn't
from the
think it
planet.
was that hardcore sci-fi. No, okay, that's...
Stand in front of
A
it.
bug in a
Just to
windshield.
think about
Stop
it this
right
way,
there.
Echo already almost ran you guys all over with a ship, but that you saw what that would do. So physics does come into play.
Stop right
Yeah, no,
there.
that makes sense.
Please.
In the name of love. No more.
And then Dr. Dr. He's like, oh, he said we have to stop.
In terms of just getting to the ship,
Don't sue us.
what is possible in this situation without me? Because this is more like a physics question because I'm kind of a bit of a loss.
At this moment, as you're like trying to fly towards this,
Yeah.
you can see your own starship beginning to approach, and you may want to be getting into your own ship.
Okay.
This ship is beginning to leave, and you, at this point, can see Echo running towards the ship from the other direction as well.
Wait,
I
the director's leaving?
Sorry, the
the-
Dr. Maldross's ship is leaving.
Yeah.
I just bought a wheel.
Did we see?
Oh, nice.
No.
Nice. Did we see it yet? Taking off?
You
haven't
guys
told
are,
us
You guys are
She
about to
pinged
get
it,
to your
but-
own ship. You can see the silo looming on the right
Yeah.
side. Then you hear ping, and there's this little like ping, maybe 100 feet away, 3 silos down. And then you see Echo begin, like the blue eyes suddenly like full brightness mode as they're running towards the ship.
And as they're running towards the ship, once they get in range, Echo's going to say, Director, open bay doors.
Okay. So as you all approach the ship, suddenly you can see like the doors are opening. You can run straight into your ship if you want.
We're gonna burn a lot of bridges if we just leave. But we gotta
Can
leave.
Spice
Target.
follow
There are sirens
Echo?
approaching.
Can Spice follow Echo?
Echo's headed directly into the director.
Into the ship.
Oh, so everybody's going
Yeah.
towards the ship.
Seems like it.
Oh, I thought you were headed towards Maldross's ship.
Maldross's
It's a- I
ship
can't
is
get to
taking
it.
off.
No, there's no... I mean,
So we
So
either
Echo
take this
is
to
the
ship
wheel.
combat
I
or
can't defy physics now.
May I defy
Fair enough,
physics
I
with
figured it
that?
out.
I just want to
Excuse
put this
me,
out
may I
here.
defy
For
physics?
Bubs, if you want to fly up and attempt to physically
It's gonna
stop
be
a
like a
spaceship,
No, it sounds like a bad idea.
You
It's
can
gonna be a fly on
absolutely
the
try.
windshield.
And there is an infinitesimally small possibility that you might be able to
But
do
there's a chance.
something.
It's
Stop
that
right there.
D20 success. Oh, for God's sake.
Okay, all right. No, I'll get in the ship.
Echo,
have to roll
you ping
4
the director.
twice in
The
a row.
director
that
lowers
was
the ramp.
close.
You all run up onto the ship. What are you doing?
pilot seat.
I would
You?
get you out of
I-
the pilot
I've
seat
taken
at
the
that
ship off.
situation.
Echo.
Director, help me!
Make a piloting check.
I'm pulling Gibbs out of the seat
Now
to
is not the
pilot
time
this.
for pride.
Pride.
Speed is of the essence. Director,
Go.
thrusters
Okay,
on full.
fine. You allow Shade to pull you out of the driver's seat. You plunk in. Make a piloting check. And this is going to determine.
Can I
when we begin this
assist
chase.
by being there and pressing the right buttons?
Nice.
That's good. That's good.
Nice.
I'm good at piloting. I've proven it all of once.
Can Echo assist by having the director start up the ship first?
So, what did you roll? 34.
Needed not.
Wait, but I was there too.
Shade, part of your computer's check being so high is that in this moment you're like, Gibbs, here, and you take an unplugged keyboard and just slide it over in front of Gibbs. You hear, and Gibbs is like, there are keys coming off this thing, and Gibbs is just slamming away at it, and you take off smooth as silk.
Great
No
job.
problem.
I need you to keep that at optimum capacity.
As you begin to move, you hear,
Plug it in my butthole.
I'm gonna get in the gunner sheet.
you get in the gunner seat. You are in the pilot seat. You are in the co-pilot seat. You are presumably somewhere in the cockpit. Spice, where are you?
Spice is gonna, I guess, also mosey her way up to the cockpit, but she doesn't feel the intense feeling of urgency anymore.
Guys, we're as of right now not Mosaic 2
You've already ruined your outfit. So fun to
She
be out.
like her
Ship's
her suit is ripped, and she just walks in with Gibbs's vest on.
It's
for
like a
what it's worth, as you guys are taking off, Shade, you do recognize with that check the right thruster for just a second as you power up. It doesn't just put it in. It just flicks to 98% and then right back up to 100%. But you take off, and as you consider that, Shade, you hear the director say, "Shade, I should inform you that things have been placed aboard me."
things have been placed aboard you.
Yes.
What thing?
Director, run a full scan of the ship.
Doing so now, and in your mind, all of a sudden, you see the ship just appear, turn upways, so you can see like the whole floor plan, and then a beam just across. There are hundreds of dots.
We gotta land.
What do you mean hundreds of dots? What did the dots signify?
Do you ask that to the directors?
Yes.
Unable to discern that. These are technological in origin.
Echo rushes to the main bay and the engineering
Security
section.
cams of the last hour. Has anyone been on the ship?
Regrettably, we have one security camera currently installed. It monitors the cockpit, and there is nobody aboard.
Did someone open the doors? You have door sensors, right?
Nobody opened doors, but these were placed on my exterior. At this moment, Shade, you see a transmission begin to come in. This transmission is coming from the General
That was what
Protectorate
Echo could've
Force
done.
Shuttle 0023. Do you accept?
Yeah, I have to.
There is no video feed to this, but this transmission opens up, and you can hear, "You would all do best to hold back. I believe Emma told you to wait.
Baba?
Do this. I have important work to do."
Recording this conversation for later.
And you can see the shuttle begin to lift off and lift away.
Fuck you, Malphas will get you.
Echo sends out a comm to the one person who's left in the port.
Roy.
No, I know who it is.
It's Roy.
Fucking William.
You send out this comm, it rings for just a second, and then it answers, and you can hear, "Echo, have you come to your senses? You got something for me or what?"
The GPF shuttle currently taking off from our base spaceport contains Dr. Maldras and one of his experiments, Emma.
I have 2 samples. Oh, I don't know. Sorry.
I'm in the engineering bay.
She knows we have the samples.
All right. I'll look into
We are unable to catch the shuttle before it departs the area. If you are still in the port, you have the best opportunity. Our ship, unfortunately, is grounded due to several explosives placed on our outer hull.
I don't really care about this, and I don't really go after people. I deal in information. I sell opium, fireworks, and lead.
Do you potentially have the tracking number? Not the tracking number. What's the number called?
Transponder code?
Do you have the transponder code for the escaping shuttle?
What do you got for me, Echo?
On board my ship, I have 2 samples from the lab that we procured.
And you'll give me these?
I shall give you 1 sample in exchange for the transponder code.
Best
And
of luck.
another.
Goes dead.
Fuck!
So, you watch. This ship continues to leave.
I'm looking over to Bubs and
Go after it!
Land.
No!
Land. We're gonna
For
blow
what
up.
it's worth, also, you can see, like, there are sirens, there are lights coming. Like, you,
Chase it!
Echo,
you guys are
Echo
not in
pings
the best position
Echo
right
pings
here.
the cockpit. Our only our only chance is to go after him. All of our avenues have been explored. We can return later for peep.
If I look out the window, can I see
Am I
some of
flooring
these
it?
like things?
Florence!
Yeah,
Flooring
you can
it?
see there
What
are
are they?
hover cars coming.
No, some of the
Flooring
the explosives on the side of our
Make a
ship.
Alright.
perception check. Greg.
Yeah.
flooring it.
Bubs is
Okay.
gonna go. We have to
You
get him.
slam the accelerator
While I'm doing
forward.
that, starting to try and like fix up whatever malware Maldras has
Sure, no problem.
placed in this thing.
As you hear that,
With
your
my quick touch.
comm link terminated. The one that you have with Maldras is not. No. And so at this moment, you can almost hear this little chuckle, and then he says, "Well, have it your way. Activate virus." And suddenly,
I knew
you,
it.
Shade, in the back of your mind, everything just goes.
I should have drove.
There is this across that seems to center on Shade's mind, and it ripples through the ship. Go ahead and make a fortitude saving throw, Echo.
Fuck.
Shade, you are unconscious.
Damn.
What is that?
Good one.
Yay! I'm not gonna die today, maybe! What is my fortitude score? Because I know it's shit!
Well, you rolled.
It's a dirty 20!
This goes
Shade
through most of the ship. The lights go
I'm
out.
the only one that's
power
not
goes
secured.
out.
Director!
The thrusters just begin to peter out. And in this moment, Shade slumps in the pilot.
Shade!
You can hear over the overhead, we are losing power, going to auxiliary. And then all of a sudden, the thrusters and Shade, you are unconscious, but looking over Shade's shoulder, you can see you have just enough power to escape from orbit.
I'm in the engineering bay.
I want to
You
land.
want to land?
No!
Ready?
I'm
in
there,
the engineering bay.
co-pilot.
It's the two of you are in range to do something. So what are you guys doing?
Echo's in the engineering bay, so Echo would try to bring the main power back online.
Yeah, go ahead and make a engineering check. Is it engineering or mechanics?
It's engineering.
It's engineering. Okay.
Yeah.
Mechanics is it's a 19.
That's pretty good.
It's not good for Echo.
You get down there and you like pry away one of these panels. You get access, and as you begin to work, there is electronic damage. This is going to take a full reset, and that takes time. Time is not something that you're going to have in jail. And as you look over like Gibbs's shoulder, who's like looking out and like looking through the cockpit, trying to find a place to land, and you see like sirens and lights coming. It's gonna be tough to do from jail.
Yeah,
Echo
I want
shouts
to try
back,
to
"Do not
escape."
land."
No.
All right, I sit on Shade's lap and I.
We can't let him get away.
And you punch the accelerator, and you and just continue to climb. Everybody whips back in the seat.
I'm your seatbelt
That's
now.
probably artificial.
Full week into Bernie's.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys like catches the whiplash.
Yeah, no problem.
Well,
Just gets
Why
back
is
in his
there
head.
wind in here?
No problem. You just, you accelerate and you can see the clouds right by you, and then the blue gives way suddenly to black. And you still see, still a good distance away, but you guys are gaining on this shuttle, maybe a little bit away. And because it is 8:04, this is where we're going to take a quick break.
God damn it.
Shade, wake
I'll
up!
set up our space chase, and then we'll be right back. So it is 8:04. We'll be back at 8:14. Thank you for sticking with us. We'll see you in just a little bit.
I like your buns.
and welcome back.
Sometimes.
Thank you for hanging out with us through the break. We are back, and let's bring us into our combat camera. All right, so Mosaic Team 5. As you accelerate into the blackness of space after your query, as the atmosphere clears around you, you can see there is the shipping lane that you had stood in for some time that is off into one side that is heading towards Aura's Bay. You can see many liners, freights, mostly larger ships. And then as you chase this shuttle through space, you can see a good distance away, but certainly large, both enough to see and to pick up on your scanners. There are 4 GPF ships. Give me one moment.
Dr. Maldris is the gold one.
Dr. Maldris
Dr. Maldris is right there.
Oh.
Okay.
He's
So this is
trying to
Dr.
get
Maldron
to
right
the Federation's.
Guys, who's got the ship combat rules?
I do.
Got them all.
I think I got
Ships here.
Oh, there it is.
My
the-
handy dandy printout.
I have the ship stats, but
Oh, good, because I'm the pilot now.
I'm the captain.
you need the magic eraser because it's kind of fallen off.
I can read none of that, man.
I know we're a tier 8
I can
ship.
read it, so
So you can see the Dust Bowl. You, as you're like passing all these freighters have different names, like the Dust Bowl. You see Painlit Shipping 104. As you're following the transponder, as you uncode it and it locks in front of you, is GPF Operation Shuttle Bad Day.
That's
This
thematic.
continues and accelerates, and you read there are 3 military-grade interceptor craft that are heading to intercept this, both you and the shuttle. And then behind it, you can see a ship that all of you note has been logged in your transponder files before. This is a GPF, a Drow-built ship that is called the Spirit of Castroval.
Oh no!
It's Tybo!
Yeah, it's that.
I love her!
And Spice, all of a sudden, as you like read that on the screen, there's this like out of body experience. You're back on the beach with those GPF soldiers. You're like, tell Tybo that whatever is here, and you took off. And you're realizing maybe that wasn't the best idea.
Was it not the best idea? I don't regret it.
However, the battleship
Spice.
is slowly turning its orientation to face all of you. What are you doing in this moment?
I'm going to calm Tybo.
Okay. You begin to pick up the comms, and as it goes doo-doo and sends out, suddenly the power dies. You will remember that you had just enough power to get into orbit, and at this point, all of a sudden, the lights go out. The life support system shuts off. Anything with electronics is just powered down. And Shade, you are unconscious as part of that electronics.
So now Spice is gonna try to wake Shade up.
No,
You start shaking Shade.
Yeah.
Okay, you shake him in the darkness here, no problem.
I got this.
All right, medical officer, what are
I
you
got
doing?
nothing.
Totally someone turn the ship back on.
Echo's still in the engineering bay and is trying as fast as they can to get power back online.
You like look, you go to an interface, every button is dead until you almost have to crawl down into the ship systems. You like get into the wiring, you see a little glow near the power core of the ship. And as you get closer, you can see full system reboot. 1%. And you wait, and it just blinks and blinks and blinks and blinks and blinks. And about 10 minutes later, 2%. And blinks and blinks.
100
and
minutes. I'm gonna try and stabilize Shade
Okay.
and see if I can find his reboot button.
Okay.
And I recall the time of which he was waterlogged and on the beach.
It's
And I think about that
go.
that
Sorry.
historical knowledge to try and better my odds of success.
Okay, pause there.
What?
We're gonna do that in a second.
It's up his butt. Obviously.
It's the prostate.
Duh.
Gibbs is not shy, but she hasn't cut her nails in a while.
Oh!
It's not up my
I don't wanna
butt.
eat anymore.
Yes, it is.
Do androids have rectums?
Yes.
Yeah, well, we do need to eat.
Oh, that's right.
Shade,
That means you need to shit.
you are
Just
at
like
rest. There is no darkness around you. as there is for humans when they rest. Here in this space, there is a more limited form of the interface that you might call your imagination. Or is it? It's hard to tell, because for the first time in your life, your programming doesn't seem to respond to you. What do you do?
Do I see anything?
All around you, faded, almost like you're wearing sunglasses. You see numbers, you see data. It's almost like you can see the architecture of your mind, but you are removed from it.
What can I do?
If you can just sit if you want.
I mean, do I remember everything that happened up until...
You remember this high-pitched noise and then this just explosion of data. And then you're here.
I would like to begin recalibrating my system and starting back up so I can fly the fucking ship.
Okay.
Repairing my systems.
Wait, while Shade is unconscious, Spice remembers that Shade was like, after this is over, I want you to reach into my mind. And it's not over, but Shade is unconscious, so she's going to unconsensually reach into his mind.
Kind of grimy, but okay. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Shade, as you begin to peel back and try to pull these commands, nothing seems to be working. And then, in front of you in this hazy architecture, digital landscape, you see yourself. And then another, and another, and another. And then you feel a presence behind you. And then you hear a voice. Sonder. The profound feeling of realizing that each person has a life as complex as one's own, which they are constantly living despite one's personal lack of awareness of it. Suddenly, there is nothing that is holding you aloft, but whatever that nothing is drops out from beneath you, and you fall hard into consciousness. But not your own. Please make a perception check.
What? Nobody.
21.
Very nice.
What the team brings out in your notes.
Yeah, the
You wear a D-suit that is unfamiliar to you, but it fits your body like you've worn it 1,000 times. It's dark, and you are aware that there isn't any oxygen around you. You feel as though you might be able to activate a general comms channel if you wanted. Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Behind you, you see at first this strange, dappled section of space. You see stars here and there, but there are areas where none exist. And then these streaks of darkness that seem almost rubbed across the stars begin to shift. Little specks of light, debris that hangs in front of your face, but now picking up a light source from behind you. And you can see maybe a local star emerging on the other side, but as the light is cast, there is no missing stars. In the darkness here, you see ships. Capital ships. In the darkness of whatever lays beyond, they are invisible. But in this moment, you see several gleaming white against the dark. Still too far away to visualize clearly, but that alone gives you a sense of their scope. They are huge. And then you hear, behind you, "Let this be the final sunrise, illuminate for what is to come. Protectorate filth." And then you hear, "Synthetic humanoid designed for aeronautic defense and exploration. Iteration 4, systems, full power." And you regain consciousness.
I'm gunning.
Okay, you bolt up. Gibbs is like holding on to you. You almost
smashes the
headbutt
forehead
Gibbs.
into the dashboard.
For what it's worth, what you pick up is just this android sleep state.
Okay.
It's very similar to what you see if you were to pry into Shade's mind when he's sleeping, but it's fitful. And there are moments where it's almost like it stops, almost like he wakes up, but he's still asleep. Then he almost headbutts Gibbs as he bolts upright, and you almost lose that connection. But in the last couple of seconds, You definitely. What is the last thing that crosses Shade's mind before he wakes up?
Gotta get the fuck out of here.
Can I
just hear,
hear
"Gotta get the fuck out of
Protectorate filth?
Yeah, I would say you get echoes of that voice.
Okay.
The ship's still offline, but are you online?
Yes.
I'm driving
What the fuck was that?
Well, we gotta move.
It can't move. We can only breathe.
I'm starting to quick patch, fix everything, try
You
to
begin to quick patch. You begin to reach out. Your exocortex spins into overdrive, and you reach out into a dead ship. This is going through like a hardware restart that takes physical time.
Going to run to the engineering room,
I am already here.
trying to help reboot it faster.
Okay.
Can I do the math?
Shade pulls up next to you, and you both watch it twice
Echo-
as fast.
Echo kind of looks at the loading bar. Director, wake up.
And it goes from 29 to 30.
Wake up. And there's like a slight like readiness that comes to their voice that's like a little bit more deprecated. And it gets a little bit more computerized and glitchy. Wake up.
Shade is running
wake
back
up.
out, just like, fuck, and going back to the cockpit.
Sure.
They put a hand on the power core and just kind of wake up.
Can
Can I do an engineering check while I'm doing that, or?
Sure. Do an engineering check.
17.
There's nothing to engineer here. This is just time. And there are times for you, truly a timeless being, where you just need to wait. And so you do. But as you do, there is this worry that when that hits 100, whatever comes back won't be the director that you knew. That's pretty common for computers. But you wait in the darkened space. What are the rest of you doing?
Can I calculate the amount of time it would take for the life systems to no longer support us?
Sure. That's not even hard for you, Gibbs. This is something that's more intuitive. And as you look around and kind of like breathe the air in a couple of times, you would imagine you have a couple of hours. And based on the rate of this, it's not going to kill you unless you do something really dumb.
Stop running, Shade, please.
Ting, ting. You hear something metal fall in the hallway.
Can I go look at it?
Yeah.
Sure.
What is it?
Make a perception check.
Did we all hear
17.
Yeah, probably. I would say, given the fact that you're running around, probably
Well,
not.
right
And then
next
also
to the
with Echo, probably not, because Echo's enraptured in this moment.
17.
17. You run into the hallway, and pretty easy because it rolled real shitty. You can see on its back this little creature, mechanical. It's made out of like little segmented plates. It's about a foot long. It looks almost like a mechanical armadillo, and you can see it's on its back, and so these little mechanical legs just
Can
try
I
to like move it.
pin it?
Yeah, with what?
Mercy.
Yeah, sure. You take the Codicus pistol, which is almost like a staff, and you down into it. Without even making an attack roll, it's helpless on its back. You kill this mechanical little robot creature, and as you straight through it, you hear this little... It just dies. Little sparks.
I pick it up.
You have to pull the Codicus staff
Yeah.
away, but you pick it up, and as you like flip it over, it does look like a little armadillo. It has a little mechanical face, little eyes. They are dead. There's no like light coming from them. There's no ears on this creature, but you can see. What was your perception check?
17.
The 17.
It's only higher than that. I don't remember. Hold on. 12 plus 5. Yeah, 17.
You can see. I mean, that's pretty much what you would see. It looks like a little mechanical armadillo, and now it's dead.
Okay. I pick it up and I'm gonna just throw it on the dash. I don't know what the fuck to do with that.
Okay. Onto the dash.
Do I see? I'm gonna give it a smell. It's not a creature, but does
It's
it
not.
smell like somebody or something?
With that perception check, you had
Ooh.
smelled.
Can I add a?
This is a smell, so yes, you can add that modifier, whatever it is. I remember that
Plus
to you,
5
so it
to
gives
I don't have that one though, so never mind.
Right.
I always think I
So,
do, and then I don't.
Just make a flat perception check again. You take
Too much trash in your nose.
I had to stop from starving, so I took toughness
take
instead.
this little mechanical
12
toy,
plus 12 is 24.
and you like hold it up. Your little Yosoki nose wrinkling up, and you smell so faint that you would almost miss it had you rolled any lower, but almost like a very distinct scent of aftershave. And you remember you had picked up this shaving kit that was in Dr. Maldross's office. It smells a lot like his aftershave.
I'm gonna start tracking that through the rest of the house, looking for more of these things.
Okay, you begin to do so. Is anybody else doing anything?
Echo. Oh, go ahead.
Good.
Echo's just kind of like curled up now into like a little like squat fetal position around the core and kind of like
50%.
giving it a little hug.
51%.
Is just gonna go over to Spice, just kind of like dejected.
What's up, Bobby?
Shade's just at the, like, in the seat.
He's
Just
ready.
like,
Did you explain what these other ships are? Can we go over that again?
Yeah, so you can like go and kind of look out the window at them. They are kind of like waiting there,
they're
and
not
luckily
doing anything, right?
they're slowly like moving towards the planet. And there is a point where you do actually see this. It's a USR like fighter interceptor craft that does like by and seems to be like inspecting the ships in the lane, probably looking for all of you. But as you have literally no power running through your ship, you're almost invisible at this moment.
Dope.
So you would kind of seen in your vision what it looks like when there is a shadow cast across space. You can't see anything. So you guys are pretty good at this moment. However, you can see a number of what look like freighters hauling commodity goods, things like that, and then a number of transports that seem to be carrying probably tourists.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you would need the ship to be powered on to read any of their transponders.
As we're looking out the window with Spice, I'm just gonna say,
He's gone. That was our only chance, and he's gone.
And as
wasn't
Bob
our
says
only
that, there's the as all the drow ships go to the drift.
Fuck. Spice like hits the wall.
Ting, 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 ting. You look down and you can see from one of the crawl spaces within the wall where there might be like a mechanics kit stored or something like that, this little metal ball down onto the ground.
She picks it up and throws it across the room.
Oh, I'm looking for that.
Clang! And then ting, ting, ting.
Stab.
And you stab it. Just dies again.
The
Spice,
fuck was that? I don't know. They're
I've
armadillo.
seen something like this before.
Oh,
would
have
know.
I now?
Make a history check.
Okay. Don't mind if I do. If it's live off the land, I have -5 to the DC.
This is not.
Okay. Well, I got a pretty good one. What was it? Survival?
No.
History.
This is a history check.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Oh
it's
man, what am I
not.
thinking of here? Sorry.
Culture?
Culture check. Sorry,
yeah.
culture check.
28.
28. Damn.
Fuck yeah, girlfriend.
This is something that more advanced than the ones that you had seen used during the Vesk War, but the GPF have something called a self-assembling modular assault drone, also known as a SAMAD. And these, while the individual components resemble small, cute mechanical armadillos. Typically, and as you think about this, you hear elsewhere in the ship, ting, 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 ting. Typically, you deploy about 100 to 150. You need about 50 of them to group up together to form the actual drone. Ting, ting,
So
ting,
they
ting,
form
ting.
together to.
Yeah,
Oh,
Echo,
we're about to
in the
fight.
crawl space. Ting, 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 ting. In the darkness as you are
Damn
idle and kind of like over on the corner, you can see this mechanical ball just drops down from between the wiring and then unrolls into this little mechanical armadillo. Okay, yeah, you grab it, scrunch it.
All right, team, fuck up the SAMAD, she says over the comm.
I'm on it. Hunk. Hunk. Hunk.
For
She's gonna
everybody.
like go through the
Do we know what
ceiling.
SAMADs are?
You have no idea, but if you want to go look for something that sounds like a SAMAD, make a perception check.
Having just seen Spice do that, I'm gonna.
Armadillos,
Yeah.
baby.
We all
I
make
guess
perception?
drawing the
Whoever
gun.
wants to go
Oh.
look for them, if you have something else you would rather do than hunt them down and squish them, let me know.
Probably lighting up a cigarette, hearing that, and just being like, getting up and
18.
going to shoot some whatever the fuck a
18,
Sandman
okay.
is. Oh, my God.
23, sorry.
23.
Perception?
Yeah, perception, sorry.
Dirty 1.
What? Still reeling.
Okay.
19 for Echo.
But yeah, still very disoriented.
Do you want me to roll?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're not moving. They're just staying where they are and like trying to protect the core.
Okay.
Cool. It's fucking dope. Good job.
Perception.
Yeah,
very
Shade's
sad.
got a
27.
cigarette and he's
27.
pulling out
Okay.
2 guns, being like, "All right, time to fuck up whatever Sandman
Who rolled
is."
who rolled the really low one? That was
me.
That was you, Shade.
I rolled a really high one.
Because I just had a weird
Over the
fucking
next 10
flashback
minutes,
or whatever.
there are little elements where in the darkness you see sparks and then ting, 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 ting. You recognize these things are kind of crawling and shooing their way from being placed in different parts of the ship, kind of into the interior now. And there are several. You hear ting, 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 and many of you able to crush quite a few of them, and slowly you're building up like a little heap.
Nice.
You have maybe 50 to 60 of them just crushed up in a corner, and then down in the crawl space, Echo. You watch as they begin to move, lots of them through. The group doesn't seem to be able to catch all of them, but you're able to catch quite a few as well. There are some that do not approach the core, and as you watch, more and more of them crawl out of your reach, seeming to almost learn as a group. These are almost like ants, and they just crawl around you. You cover over the director now, who's at about 80%, and you just watch as more and more kind of seem to go. And I would say you've been on the ship enough to know that they're headed in roughly the direction of the smuggler's compartment.
The meat pucks.
What?
The meat pucks.
Echo.
Why would a drone want meat pucks?
Does Echo have the presence of mind to tell the others?
Is Harlax's dead body still
Nope.
in there?
I believe so, yeah.
Gross.
Echo
Carlax's
watches them
body?
and just
No.
kind of like levels the
turned him in.
pistol.
Oh, you did
Turn
him
him in.
yeah.
Okay.
Levels the pistol, and whenever one comes in like a, the whites of the eyes range,
Yeah.
is ready to snipe a bunch.
Okay. Make an attack, or you know what I'll say? Roll a d20.
No, we're gonna use
Please
the
be a 20.
This is really whether or not you can accommodate for Shade's distraction, because there's a lot getting down there.
My distraction.
You're a little bit.
Oh, that could have been so. That was my 16.
combat cams.
16.
Yeah.
It's just barely on there.
It's in range.
So, with 16, as they come down, and some of you are able to hear as Echo begins to shoot these creatures in the narrow engineering area, you can hear the echoes of this. And so for some of you,
Echoes.
if you want, you can come and help. Anybody who does come to help will see that they are making their way down and into this crawl space and into the areas around the cargo plane.
Can I go to the cargo bay?
Yeah, you can.
What do I going there? Do I sense the motives of the things? Like what are they
You
there
don't
to
sense
do?
the motives, but you do encounter a few, and they're all headed in the same direction as you.
Yeah.
I'm going as well,
Squish.
and I'm trying to overload them as I go and squish them.
Okay. You overload one, and then the other, and then the other. You squish. You squish. You take the Konica staff, squish.
Slice is shooting them.
You begin to shoot them. So now it's just Mosaic Team 4, because Echo already downstairs, rolling across the deck, just exterminating these little armadillos. Left and right, you hear as they just die one after the
How
other.
might Spice do the same?
Gibbs, as you haul the hard sort of floor panel away and reveal the crawl space, with all of those rolls, only about 5 or 6 made it down there. And I would say, Spice, you know that you do need at least 50 of them to create the much larger creature. And so, just barely, you have avoided another encounter.
Wow.
We're gonna level up because we keep. What was there?
Body is
there anything
largely
there?
okay.
Is there like a core that they're building around or some shit? Or are they just all like that's where they were told to go?
So you have a
It's like
big,
nanobots.
mound of them.
Bigger.
Yeah.
And so you can certainly prod around, try to figure some stuff out about them.
No, I don't care that much.
Okay, no problem.
But were they attracted to the food that we keep there? Like going to the thing, do I see like what they would be going towards or
Sure.
no?
You go over and look down,
Yeah.
and you can see The dozen or so that made it down there
Yeah.
have connected.
Oh.
And they've formed the beginnings of some kind of a spheroid object. And then coming out of the back of it, 3 of them, forming almost the beginnings of a long mechanical tendril.
Oh.
Yeah. This
So
was-
they didn't want my food.
No. They were going to become something.
It's
And
like a
this
hermit
thing-
crab looking for a good spot in the show.
I get
More
it.
like that. And once they connect, several of them make each of the appendages, you would imagine. Several of them form the body. All form the head.
Can I swing my body down and just land squishing all of them
Yeah.
in the thing?
All over. Metal, little gears and things fly everywhere. No problem.
Can I tell who put them there? Other than I know it's GFP, but
You know that the General Protectorate Force, certainly, this is who manufactures this. And so very specifically, I would imagine, did I put down the make?
is it a Jacinto thing? Is
It
it a
isn't-
Harbinger
It's not a Jacinto
thing?
thing. Salmon devours. They're built by the Drow, and they're actually based off of the way that they look. I would say, actually, Spice, you probably know what these things look like. They're horrifying. It's a mechanical, almost bestial-looking sphere. It has what you could describe as a mouth, but it's what houses the power core that needs to open to vent after the electronic prods on the end of all 8 of its mechanical appendages shock creatures.
Okay.
This is a drone that was designed to be assembled after a ship takes off, and then it exterminates personnel within.
Dirty trick.
Yeah, it's a good.
I found a great MIDI for that, by the way.
Oh, I have the MIDI.
Oh. Well, this one smells like Dr. Maldras.
Ugh.
Just FYI, it's like got his aftershave on it.
I'm not surprised.
And then suddenly, you all hear all systems power on. And
Director!
then all the lights, the air begins to blow, and the ship turns
Turning
on.
everything back off except for life support so that we don't get seen.
Good idea. It's all back off. There's just a few lights. The air still blows. You can feel
And
the
then
heat
just
begin
like
to kick back in.
sitting in the pilot seat, like
Director, are you okay?
Currently finishing reconfiguration, but all systems appear nominal.
All right.
Shade, you okay?
I'm sorry that we failed the mission.
Oh, it's not over yet.
But we
It's over.
did. And we can't go back to Mosaic. We should talk about this.
Bubs is just staring out at the window.
What do you mean we can't go back to Mosaic?
You see Peep currently calling all of you.
Beep.
God damn it.
You pull Peep
Spice
up.
obviously would not answer.
You can see this super anxious Isoki face, and he just goes, "Shade, what are you all doing?"
We're hiding in space. Hi!
We failed to capture Dr.
I
Maldros.
know.
He's working with the GPF,
Where are you?
currently floating just outside of orbit.
Do you all understand what you've done?
Yeah,
No,
I
you
do.
don't. You never understand. None of you. Or else you wouldn't do this. You wouldn't rob casinos. You wouldn't go chasing after random people, trying to get viral videos on the infosphere. We were supposed to be undercover. This was our chance. And now, whatever comes next, it's not going to be good, guys. I can't protect you forever. I have to go and I have to check in with my boss's boss now. Whatever he has to say, it's not going to be good. Go to the drift. Stay there. Don't go anywhere until I let you know what we're doing next. Please.
Shade's already starting to do that.
Okay.
Hey, Peep.
What, Gibbs?
Thank you for protecting us all the other times, so we probably didn't know that you did that, and I'm sorry. And I'm gonna send you a file to you personally, not to you, Mosaic Mission Coordinator, because I want you to have it. And I want you to have it before we know the results of whatever miserable conversation you're about to go into, because you're important to me. Not you, mission coordinator Peep. You, Peep. So thanks.
Make a diplomacy check.
And I am going to send him the file I got of the ellipses stuff. 14 plus 9 is 26. 23. 25.
You see his face relax a little bit, and he goes, "Thank you, Gibbs. But this doesn't make things better.
It doesn't.
And even if I wanted to make things better, Guys, you put this out of my control now.
So, if you have the opportunity to say goodbye to us, I hope you'll take it. Just so we can... We're not great employees.
Gibbs, you don't understand how this works. There's going to be one more mission. But it's going to be the kind that nobody's walked away from before.
Why would we go take that? Why is my life worth whatever debt we carry as a burden as Mosaic Team 5?
Do you want to be hunted down for the rest of your life? You have people to save, Gibbs.
I do, but we're already being hunted. Spice is being hunted, and Bubs is not going to survive knowing now that Dr. Maldross knows. Shade's hunted by his past, and Echo's just a mystery, and Chesterfield still texts me, so we're all already hunted, Peep, and we're not going to take you down with us. So if this might end up being goodbye, I want you to know, more than Mosaic, that you've made the difference.
Just a job. He's not leaving us yet.
You
can't leave us, Pete.
You hear Peep say, "I'm not going. I just need to have this meeting." But
right.
I can't stop you from leaving or running or whatever it is you want to do. And I can't speak for the rest of Mosaic, but don't make one more enemy, Gibbs. Let me help you. Just be patient. Or else I can't.
Okay. If there is no redemption in bureaucracy, if it is purely a suicide mission, and you know that there's no hope for us because we're just a bunch of Muppets, just text me and tell me you like the research I gave you. Okay?
You could see he just kind of looks down for a second and he seems to consider your words, and then he says, "Not as Mosaic. But I'm not going to leave you guys behind either." But wait, Gibbs.
I don't show any emotion, but Ariana's very excited.
Peep out. And the transmission.
Love Gibbs.
We love you, Pete!
You shout into space. So, do you make the jump to the drift, Shade?
Yeah, I've been doing that.
No problem.
Before we leave, Spice wants to text Nadia
Okay.
and say,
As you begin to type in, Shade punches this, and all around you, space fades away, and you are back in the drift. But you
Am I
can still
rolling a
send text.
d6 for the amount of... Well, I mean, we're just going to be in the drift until fucking Peep contacts us, I guess. 3 days.
Okay.
I imagine
Now your roll's low.
Bubs had some messages.
don't really have a
not only the one
destination.
to send to Peep about the person we found,
Sure.
but because he thought he wasn't going to make it out of the Dr. Maldross lab, I imagine he had a message to be sent to Kevin that probably just will be sent and like a time delay, not now,
Okay.
but like probably like a day or a day or two.
Yeah,
from
yeah,
now.
yeah. Reasonable time.
Yeah.
No problem.
well, can I say what I would say to Nadia?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Spice is gonna send a video. She's gonna go, Nadia, I loved working at Hakashida Hana. My real name is Spice, and I work for Mosaic Team 5. I am a disappointment to everybody I know, and I'm sorry to disappoint you too. But if you'll ever have me back, I would love to work with you if Mosaic doesn't work out.
Okay.
And she sends it.
No problem. You send that
When
message.
Mosaic doesn't work out.
Director, are you there?
Yes, Gibbs.
Could
I'm
you-
always here.
could you announce family dinner time and join us for it? I guess we should do it in the cockpit so you could all watch, right? Because there's only one camera on ship.
I don't need to see you in the way that you need to see others.
Oh, okay. If it's equally as comfortable for you, then family dinner in the family dinner spot, mess hall, please.
You hear ding, 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 little chime overhead, and then family dinner is taking place in the mess hall at Medical Officer Gibbs' request. Ding, ding, ding. And then you see the little lights all turn slightly more blue, leading to the crew quarters.
Bubs is probably still gonna imagine everyone else has left the cockpit, but it's just me and Shade.
Yeah, I go to family dinner time, giving you guys a moment.
I'm gonna like my hand's gonna be on the glass. Shade,
Yes, Bubs.
do you remember when we first started in this crew, I asked you if looking out into space, someone else would be thinking of me?
Yes, Bubs.
Do you still think it's improbable? In that vast emptiness of space, that someone couldn't be thinking of me in the same way that I think of them?
I don't know, Bubs.
In this cockpit, suddenly a little light goes on the dashboard and you hear, Shade, there are still damaged components within me.
I'm using my exocortex to quick patch whatever I can. Still, because we're in the drift now,
Yeah.
I'm just going to get up and start fixing the ship.
As you go about, takes a relatively short amount of time. None of these components are things that you've seen before. Every single piece, down to the microchips that are used, seem to be proprietary components that are, even if they have similar analogous functions elsewhere, have been replicated in weird ways. Everything seems maybe like a little bit weirdly shaped, but it makes it really hard for you to repair. And the director pipes in again. The pieces within me are proprietary. We will need to go to a designated repair point.
Bring up the nearest designated repair point.
You can see suddenly your countdown within the drift shift, and it adjusts to 48 hours, 47 hours, 59 minutes. Continues to descend.
Yeah, input those coordinates. I guess they already automatically did.
And interestingly to you, Shade, this location is within the drift. So, you begin to float through this dark space, the strange cosmic clouds creating corridors that your ship drifts through.
I think really quickly and realize we're missing one.
I know who we're missing.
And I go
Missing
to the
two,
bathroom
I'm going.
and look for Red.
Okay. You go and you open the bathroom and you're like, hey! And you look around
Three,
and
actually.
he's gone. And then you remember, wait, you moved him to the med bay. You go over, hey! Wait, he's gone. You look, you scour the ship, but you don't find Red.
Red escaped! Red escaped!
I'm just in the cockpit, like, back, sitting down, just like, smoking.
Director!
Another cigarette.
Director! The Red escaped! How did they get out? We let Effie go, but I thought you were gonna keep them in order!
I never unlocked the door, Gibbs.
What about the windows? What about the ventilation? Maybe he crawled down the toilet!
Are you saying that to the director?
Yes!
Okay.
No one's comforting
The
me!
director says, I have no sensors within the toilet other than to maintain pressure. Where the pressure has maintained, there is no foreign object lodged within my septic system.
Okay. I guess. That's what I spend my time doing. I fucking look, I sniff out Red, see if I can find him. Like,
It's weird. As you get towards the back of the ship, there is this weird charred smell. And it almost smells like Red. But it's probably just the various pucks of meat you guys keep below The floor is here. Not great for smell. That's what you find. As the first day passes, what are you all doing within the drift?
Oh, I'm not letting this go. Spice is also gonna start looking for
Did
red.
we have the
There you go.
family dinner?
Well, you guys never showed up.
well, no,
No
I
one
feel
showed
like
up?
it hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah, I feel like
feel
everybody just out.
Yeah,
You
so
guys have family
I've
dinner
just
that
been in
nobody
the-
left, including Gibbs.
The cockpit.
So I called it,
It's just the
Yeah.
director
and then
sitting at the
I went to go
table
get
by
Red,
himself.
and then Red wasn't there, and then I got distracted. I will return to family dinner distraught a little. I'm like confused.
Welcome to family dinner, Gibbs.
Hey, nice to be here. Hey, I have your email address. Oh, I was gonna do this. Do you have connection to the infosphere yet?
I do.
Okay, great. And I'm gonna type in his email address, and I'm gonna put him in the Gibbs Family Scabrat Family Discord channel.
Okay.
And I'm like, so I realized the problem with my question earlier was that you probably only seen love in the whole like Spice and Bubs way, and that's like super not it. Okay, that's not all.
You're talking to the director.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna teach you how to love by putting you in this really, really wholesome family group chat that we run. It's a lot of memes, so you're gonna have to like figure it out. But you can just like look at it and see how like, you know, it doesn't have to be all like all over each other and like, you know, whatever, but it's just like generally nice and supportive and like blah blah blah. So just read all these chats and then you'll know what I asked, and then you'll be able to tell me like in 68 hours that you loved me. 'Cause I love you.
Gibbs, the purpose of this experiment is unclear. What is it that you desire as an outcome?
I'm gonna let you decide that.
Very well.
Thanks.
Tink. All of the messages have been read. You can see like
Oh.
every little channel. It's just like like just rapid. No problem. What are you doing?
In her frantic look for red, Spice is gonna go down to the engineering room, bust open the door, see Echo, close the door behind her, and go, "What happened to Red? Echo?"
Echo's not really paying attention and is just kind of like still sitting with the power cord. With power cord. Just like,
Yeah.
wake up.
You just hear from
Directors.
overhead. Echo.
Yes.
All functions are nominal. All systems are operational.
Are you operational?
Yes, Echo.
Are you operational?
Yes, Echo.
I
Echo?
will miss you.
No response.
Echo just kind of like ignores you.
Spice is gonna flick Echo's forehead and go, "What the fuck is that about? What do you mean you'll miss Director?"
The system did a full reboot. When you fully reboot a computer to manufacturer settings, what happens?
Fuck if I should know.
It is completely wiped. All memory is reverted to original operating capacity.
Does it matter for this? It's just a ship. Mind.
Spice. I am not a ship, nor am I a computer.
What are you, Director? If not a ship, mind. Mind ship.
I am Mosaic.
What?
Directive 0.
Is that a consciousness?
I am unable to answer that question at this time.
Are you sentient?
I am unable to answer this question at this time.
Do you have feelings, Director? Do you have opinions about what we do if you're Mosaic?
Yes!
I am unable to answer that question at this time.
Echo slow blinks and thinks about the phrase at this time.
And you do.
And
If
just
not
kind of gets
now,
up
when?
and takes Spice and says,
Do you say that?
Yeah.
Spice. When you have achieved sufficient privileges from my administrator,
Fuck, we'll never do that. We're an absolute failure! And she punches the wall.
you punch the wall.
do not punch the director.
Echo, you didn't answer my question.
Your question is not relevant.
Are you
this
fucking?
time, Director,
Echo.
you say you are Mosaic. Are there any other words to amend Mosaic?
Good question. Give me 1 second here. Yes, Echo. Mosaic. Maintenance of Service Artificial Intelligence Code.
This is not our Mosaic.
What?
We work for Mosaic LLC, a bounty hunting corporation. This is a different Mosaic.
I don't understand.
That is all right. We do not need to understand at this time.
Both you are saying it. Not this time. Blah, blah.
Red is not aboard the ship.
Okay, so where is he?
He is no longer a concern.
Here's my concern.
You hear the director state, have you considered that your failure is a result of having no clear goal?
Ouch, director! The Spice, like, obviously heated. I think would, like, I don't think she's gonna storm out of the room, but she's gonna, like, sit there in a huff.
Okay, she storms out of the conversation.
Yeah.
No problem. Spice has left the conversation.
Yeah.
Is anybody else doing anything above?
Running diagnostics. Beep, boop, beep,
Can you
boop.
remind everyone it's dinner time, please? I start
course.
heating up meat bucks.
Family dinner in the mess hall. Ding ding.
Okay, at that, then maybe Spice would leave and go to the mess hall.
There you go.
Lighting another cigarette in the cockpit.
No problem.
Echo puts a hand on the door frame. I was worried that you wouldn't come back.
I have been around for a long time.
Echo smiles a bit. Indeed. I understand.
As you turn to leave, you hear, I do not believe you do, Echo. Not at this time.
Echo smiles again. Says, indeed. Maybe someday. And Echo heads up to family dinner.
No problem. You make your way over to the mess hall. For those of you who make your way there, you find hot meat pucks and Gibbs.
Look, this one tastes like chocolate cake, and this one tastes like bananas, and this one I flavored to taste like plastic. But only because I microwaved it in the plastic.
So you think the plastic is like suctioning into the meat?
Ew.
Whoops! I'll eat that one. Huh?
No problem.
I was just asking Echo what the fuck happened to Red.
Oh my god, did Director tell you? No doors, no windows, no septic system. It's like he disappeared.
That's how I'm messed up about this.
Yeah,
Okay,
blah, blah, blah.
Red is no longer a concern.
I squinted that. What does that mean?
He is not on board the ship.
Which would make him more of a concern because then we would know where he is, but
We hold his talisman.
you...
Do you understand?
I think so.
I had hoped to spare you.
I want to be mad. But I'm not. I guess I get it. Spice, I had told you I had regretted letting him live. So I appreciate a necessary choice being made, but it hurts. I want to be mad.
It is okay to be mad, Gibbs. I understand.
I guess. Look at me. I haven't missed a meal since Mosaic hired me. I'm stronger and faster than I was. And I thought that the gnawing would stop, but instead it turned into fire. And I didn't understand it until I saw Diego that I just want revenge.
What?
Chesterfield ruined my home, and it's never gonna be what it was. And I can't go back to 9 and quench the fire in their belly with words of kindness and patience. I can't kill him with kindness. I can't. I want to rend him and turn his life around and make him hear everything that I heard, and that's all that's keeping me up at night, and no one is afraid of me. Bubs wasn't afraid of betraying me, and Maldras isn't afraid of me, and everyone knows more than me. And so all I want is everyone who's in my way, including Red, to maybe not be there, so I don't have to burn a world down in order to get where I want to go.
You see Echo's eyes kind of burn brighter. Gibbs,
What do I do?
you are fearsome. I am afraid of what you can do.
We burn them down. Let's burn them down. She grabs her shoulders. Let's burn them down.
This one is scary in different ways.
I would say at that, the two of you in the cockpit just hear completely out of context, because the only thing that you can hear from this like fairly quiet, intense, emotional conversation, let's burn them down! And you just hear this screamed out for what?
Get your revenge.
I think at that point,
Bubs,
yeah.
you get a text message.
Through the
I'd read
drift.
Yeah, you can get text through the drift. You
Oh,
can go on
never
the
mind.
infosphere through the
Never
drift,
mind.
no
I
problem.
thought
I probably be walking towards the main hall.
Yeah. It's steel. It says, I've been thinking. I was disappointed. I tried my best with you. Then I saw the news. Maybe you're doing the right thing. Are you still looking for bounties? And that's it.
Steel Team 1.
I'm gonna text him back. I'm looking for a lot of things. Maybe a family, maybe redemption. But I know I'm not looking for a father because I have one in you.
Aww, can we get like an aw sound?
You made it.
I like.
That's a clip.
Ooh.
That's what I got. You get a message back from him.
Winky face.
I can't replace anybody for you, Bubs. You've been through a lot. You got a rough draw. Rougher than most. But I'm here for you. As you're rising through these ranks, I'll try to help however I can. These are the leads I have. And
Tasty leads.
Oh my goodness! Wow!
We're going
as,
cool.
so yeah, as you receive these messages, they are full bounty posters pulled from the Prime Station police system. These 4 bounties are currently active, and you can read a little bit about them. For those of you who are at home, I'll tell you a little bit
Hardcore
about 'em.
Henry. Hardcore.
The-
Hardcore.
Is Jimmy 12 Toes in here?
Jimmy 12 Toes is not amongst these.
God damn it, Jimmy 12 Toes! When?
Do you want to steal a message to look for Jimmy 12 Toes?
No, I want you to surprise me one day with Jimmy 12 Toes show. That's all
Jimmy
it is.
12 Toes is probably something you got to look for because that was just off the cuff of me.
No, I want you to bring Jimmy 12 Toes into this world.
Illegal lockout legend.
You see 4 individuals pop up. The first one is a human. They seem to be highly augmented, and as you look at the picture, they are very wide-shouldered, short hair, glowing eyes. This individual is named Hardcore Henry. He is a lockout legend, and he seems to have last been located on the Crawler of Zin. This is an individual who is prone to violence. The next poster seems to be a Lashunta female. This individual last seen in a sprawling city owned by a mining corporation. This person refers to herself as a Ronin bartender. She goes from bar to bar around this place, kind of making money where she can, and perhaps using that as a cover for something more. That is what that bounty is to find out. The third is for a potentially Kasatha-like person, although there is not a lot of information about them. This individual is seen in a casino that orbits a star, and it's called the Palace in the Sun. This is owned by a fairly powerful front-facing criminal organization. It's on there. I think it's called the Enterprise. I can't remember what they're called, but it's on there. And they seem to be involved in the gambling in some way. They don't leave the station, and their face has never been seen. They have 4 arms. It's unclear if they're mechanical or not, and so they're presumed Kasatha. And then the final person is another human. They were last spotted in the city of Aphrodite on Mars. This individual, a preacher of Horus, the god of evolution and change.
Like Oris as in Oris Bay, or?
No, O-R-A-S.
Okay,
This is
not
a Pathfinder
Aurus.
god. No,
Horus.
this is Horus versus Aras Bay.
Okay.
The god.
So Horus, yeah. And all these bounties have a certain amount attached to them for alive and dead, various things. You can see the crimes that they commit laid out there before you. You can see a couple of physical characteristics as well as some personality characteristics. And these will all be on the website. So sometime on Sunday.
Are these your AI generated?
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you, Matt, for introducing this as a concept. It is not art. I want to be very clear about this.
Yeah, no,
I want to be really, really
images.
clear
Yeah, I agree with that.
about our stance in this, because we use a lot of art from artists who do it for us, because we commission that art,
Sophie.
or
agree with that.
it's made by actual people, and so that is hard work, and work equals money.
Yeah.
It is real stuff. That's talent. AI takes a bunch of art and puts it together. I want to be really
100%.
clear
I
about
agree
that.
with that.
Really, really clear. So,
I like it.
Yeah.
I think AI art's
it's super cool.
Yeah.
It's an awesome thing, but I also really don't want any, I never want to take away from like the amazing artists that we work with. Art it is a talent that takes like hundreds of thousands of hours to perfect, and I never want to cheapen that. But yes, these are AI generated concept art for the bounties that you all potentially have in front of you.
That's why the fingers are weird.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not there.
Yeah.
We know none of this.
Bubs is just going to just message him back.
Thanks. Maybe next time I'm at Prime Station, we could put on your old record machine and listen to that old Earth music and, relive the old times.
You get a message back. I'd like that. Try to make it in before the winter. I'm actually going to Old Earth finally. Just for a week.
And with that, I'm just going to include him with a link to I imagine the group chat. Not inviting him to the group chat, but just the
I have friends now.
yeah.
It's weird if your dad's in the group chat.
Bubs has added Steel to the group chat.
Spice
what the
leaves.
fuck?
But all the
Everyone
information
left the
about what we've learned about through Oris Bay about Terra Matter, and I'm probably gonna add some notes to the group chat as well, and then send that to him about
So your blog.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And then I'll just send that, and then Bubs will They'll continue to stare out the window.
You get a message back from Steele. I'll look into this and see if I can find anything that connects Terra Matter to anything else. Is there anything else I should be looking for?
No. You've been so helpful to me. There's nothing I could ask for you that you haven't already done for me. Thanks, Dad.
You just get a little heart back.
Yeah.
Steel has reacted to this message. Bloop.
Burn it all! Burn it to the ground! Burn it all!
Yeah, and hearing that,
I start.
We'll get Josephine!
Chaos!
hearing that, Bubs is gonna like walk out into the family dinner.
Hi guys.
Hi!
Babe, what's up?
Welcome to family dinner.
Thanks. I was just thinking about things, and I want to say to all you guys that I used to think of myself as a failure, you know, reading through those reports and just seeing myself in everyday life, how people were just so much happier and better and well more rounded with a family, but I'm not a failure. Dr. Maldross said I had failure in my blood because I had some inability to control some kind of infection or something. I don't know what that means, but when I look at all of you, I know that this could be nothing but a success.
Group hug.
Spice like throws her arms around him.
Echo, you two, don't be awkward. Come here.
We all like scrunch in.
As we like do that, I do that hug with Spice. I'm just gonna place my hand on her belly.
Spice gasps a little bit. Because I imagine we're like squished into
You, having tucked into one of these meat pucks, just unloads at the kitchen table.
We're missing one, and I will go to the cockpit,
Okay.
and I will check in.
So the hug is undone now.
No, I mean you guys.
I imagine,
you guys had the hug and then-
Echo backs away, and then it's just me and Spice in the hug.
It smells bad.
I dealt it, and then I left.
What you were saying back there about the next generation of pups. What did you mean by that?
Echo kind of stands up and like tries to like awkwardly shuffle out towards the cockpit. It's like, this requires privacy.
But
The power goes out in the room. It's like the director leaves on
they're just like, it's by candlelight now.
The camera fades. No one gets to know.
But
Shade.
I meant what I said. I am ready to carry out the next generation of Bubbles if you want to.
Are you?
The best time for family planning is while on the run from multiple law enforcement agencies and
Shut up,
all
Joe.
the criminals.
I'm ready.
Shall we ask Gibbs to see if I'm pregnant?
Bubs is just gonna have the biggest smile on his mouth.
Spice is also like giddy with excitement.
I would.
I know.
What this? Shade! You didn't come to family dinner.
I do not
What are we
think it
gonna
is
tell
safe.
What are we gonna tell everybody else?
They're all like crammed into the cockpit.
How can we stop this?
And so we're going to pull away from this conversation to the cockpit where everybody has shuffled away very uncomfortably from Bubs and Spice. This is a conversation that can occur off screen. However, all of you at this moment have about 40 hours left. You can see just kind of trailing through the drift towards an unknown destination. Is there anything that you are doing to pass this time?
Yes.
We all know what we're doing.
Before doing that, Echo looks at the
The
two.
armory door shuts.
Echo looks at the two and says, I tried to reach out to a friend to help us in our time of need. And I am starting to think maybe he is not a friend,
Oh,
but
that can't feel good.
I think I have found new friends to replace him that are perhaps better suited.
Echo, I hope if you ever reach out to me, I'm there. I do. I want to. I can't imagine it happens very often. You are so fiercely independent and so mysterious and cool. More than I could ever be, because I just wear my emotions on my sleeve, but
I also wear my emotions on my sleeve.
Do you?
nice. Someday I'll learn how to read. Today's not that day, probably, but I got that was a joke. So, what up, plus Bubs, plus Gibbs, whatever the fuck my name is.
I am going to spend some time figuring out the internal workings of the director, if you do not mind.
You can hear from overhead. What would you like to know, Echo?
I would like to become more familiar with your systems so that, if needed, we can repair you without needing to stop at a designated repair station.
There is a limited amount of repair that can be done with hardware damage. However, this is an old repair station. This is Mosaic property. We can take a repair drone with us.
Mosaic Team 5? Mosaic. What? We got you from Thaddeus. Thaddeus stole you from his boss. Huh? Huh?
There's no response to that.
Ugh!
Echo smiles a little bit and says, we don't need to know at this time.
Okay, but will you still work in my med bay? Don't shut the internet off. I need it for things.
You hear from overhead, Gibbs, I will not shut power off to the medbay.
Or air. Or anything.
Gibbs, unless you request systems to be turned off, they will remain functioning as long as power remains optimal.
Okay, I trust you. Thanks, Director.
You're welcome.
Is that your name? Do you want a better one? Do you want a different one?
The director was the name given to me by my creator.
I guess Gibbs was the name given to me by my creator, so that works for me. I'm good.
Echo looks over at Shade, who's kind of been silent for like a while. Are you all right?
I don't know.
If there's anything you require, I would be happy to be of assistance. And also, it sounds as if we are going to a location that would be better equipped to help us and the director, if it is needed.
Shade, do you think it's electronical, or do you think it's... I mean, I saw you get a virus. I could try something, and... can I? Do you mind? I have enough juice for this.
Echo, like, awkwardly slides out of the cockpit.
No,
and
you can
looks
stay.
For, like,
it's not weird.
it is a little bit.
It's getting all touchy-feely
Yeah,
after
Echo
the
just, like,
mission.
goes
I
down to
can-
the engineering bay and is
Goes
like,
running out of places to go.
this is the safest place for me.
Director, which room is empty?
I can heal, but I do have a little bit more than that, and it's not always there, but I can remove things that are plaguing you, and I will cast it if you let me.
Gibbs, the virus initiated from Shade's head is called the Hard Reset Virus. As part of its function, it erases itself, so it cannot be traced.
Oh,
It is unlikely there are remnants in Shade's head.
that must feel good for you to hear.
That's it.
Silence.
Silence of the androids.
Echo's not here anymore.
You didn't come to family dinner. Are you mad about the Mosaic thing? I mean, we left on a good note with Peep, and I know he means a lot to you, but I want to check in about that.
We failed.
We did. And there's not much I can do to soften that blow, but we have to move past the failure at some point. I've failed a lot. That's why I'm here.
The probability of Mosaic Team 5 staying as a group is significantly lower now.
I have to challenge you on that. The probability of us staying as Mosaic Team 5 is probably low. We might need a rebranding, but we all love each other.
Suddenly, the comms units across the ship go on, and you can see Peep is calling you.
Pink.
Across Spice and Bubs, are you guys...
No, dude.
No.
So other than Spice and Bubs, the rest of you suddenly join this conference call. Yeah, I know, really. But you all pick up the call, and you can see Peep, the ears are kind of down, the fur is all like very flat against the body. You being a Yosoki as well, you read like just really sad body language. Guys, Orion just called me. I haven't even left yet. I haven't even figured out how to rent a ship, and you guys left me Squeak, and I don't even know how to get him on a ship, and he's almost as big as me, but... Guys, I know where we're going next.
Where?
Spice, we're going to Akaton.
Spice isn't here.
I'm not in the chat,
Oh, right.
but...
That's not good.
Oh!
Is that awful?
Oh!
It's not
Well,
good.
Spice isn't there.
It's not good.
Well, you guys all just kind of ran afoul of the GPF, and target is a military governor of a town called Perdido. It's run by the GPF. They have a base right in town. This is like what we just did, but 1,000,000 times harder. There's no undercover here.
Let's just storm the Capitol and let the GPF kill us?
I don't know. I still have to talk to Orion, but if you guys can do anything, if you know any way of getting some weaponry or getting ready for this, Akaton's a desert. It's not like Ara's Bay. There's very little water. It's a dangerous place.
Do you want us to pick you up? We probably can't come back to Aura's Bay, but
Don't come back to Ara's Bay.
we could meet you at the Cliffs Mall.
No, I'm headed to Prime Station. I'm going to meet with Orion there, and then I'll let you know what happens. But please, stay out of trouble.
We're gonna stop and make repairs with our ship.
Okay, good.
And Squeak should come if you put him on a leash, and if not,
I trained him well.
a vet will give you sedatives.
He goes, oh, I didn't even think about that. That's a good idea, Gibbs.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'll figure something out for Squeaky, but just please don't do anything terrible in the next 2 days. Can you handle that, guys?
Yeah, 3 days might be pushing it, but 2 days I think we can manage.
Okay, I'll hurry.
Peep,
Yes, Echo.
I do not think it is wise for me to take my best friend along with us, and I cannot go back for him.
I don't understand what you're saying right now.
Nico.
Squeaky.
Nico.
I'm gonna take the dog.
Nikolai.
I'll take the dog. Don't worry about that.
Nikolai is in the room that Gibbs and I shared. I
You
apologize.
have a pet?
For when he hurt you, I thought he could comfort you.
Echo, I'm not gonna go back to the house for a cactus.
Echo's eyes kind of power off.
Oh shit.
Make a diplomacy check.
And that is when Echo fully turned to the dark
Yeah,
side.
they go from blue to red. Terminator mode.
Papa!
Shit!
Papa!
That's a 19.
the universe. Okay, Echo, fine. I'll get this cactus. Is there anything else anybody needs from the house?
Do you like waffles?
Peep out.
Love Gibbs!
and the transmission just shuts. Yes.
In the armory.
In the armory, what?
With Spice and Bubs. I imagine after the post-Corliss, Bubs is looking out the window in space, and he's thinking about what's out there, what he's looking for.
I've looked so far and so long in the vastness of space. But maybe everything I need is right here.
And then I'm just gonna close the blind on the space window and just jump back into bed and climb into Spice's arms and kiss her.
Yep. Spice, like, her whole heart explodes with affection, and she's like, everything we need really is right here. And she, like, takes him in really close. Tugs really tight.
And as the clock counts down past 20 hours and you begin what could be considered a final approach to this repair
Wait,
station.
no, there was things I wanted to do in the next day
please,
after.
please.
I need to message, what's his face? Vesson.
Okay.
I want to follow up. I sent the vials to Vesson, and I also asked him to look at, like, Chesterfield's, like, stuff.
Yeah.
And see if, like, he had any update on Chesterfield's stuff.
Okay. So you send him that message, and he would send you back a message that says, I haven't figured out Chesterfield stuff, but the vial you sent, it's very peculiar. It changes rapidly. I need more of it. Can you send some?
No, dude! Echoing Spice literally a minute ago. No, like, Jade Brew... Oh, wait. Jade Brew... Yes, I can, actually. And I take the coffee mug I have of Pendragon and the chips bag I have of Rye, the samples I have, and I will pour them into, like, appropriate vials that I won't be judged for. I have vials.
I struggle to find an appropriate vial that you will not be judged for to put samples of sentient creatures into, but they look scientific.
Yeah, it's like I have an orange vial and like
sending them in a water bottle.
Yeah.
I got you. Legitimate scientific specimen containers. Yes.
And I'll put the bag in my jar, and I'll like pack up the vials to put in the next. Director, can I send mail from here? No, right? I can't send mail from here.
Gibbs, we are not equipped with a mail drone. However, if we were to use one of the 3 unused expansion bays, we could procure one.
Okay, but like, short answer, no. Got it. Okay, so next time I'm in a town, I will send vials to Vesson. Cool. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send a message to Nazma, who never told. I know. So I got a message from Chesterfield that stuff has changed, but Nazma never got to tell me about the cool new Junk Falls stuff. So, do you want to talk about the 2 Junk Falls options that we now have been using for like 3 weeks?
Yeah, sure.
Because we never got an opportunity to talk about them.
Because it is 9:30.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Next session, we will start as Nazma picks up the phone and goes, Gibbs, I've been meaning to talk to you. There's some important things to go over. Here. And he begins to, like, wheel a screen around, and that is where we'll end for this evening. So thank you all for joining us for Mosaic Team 5. We are off next week, although we will be playing D&D on Friday. But thank you so much for hanging out with us. We will be back 2 weeks from now for Mosaic Team 5 Session 36.
Are we going to have to change the name?
Not presently.
Can we have a Christmas theme episode next week?
I think Winter Wonderland's the week after.
Yeah. But can we, like, actually do, like, Christmas on the ship? Like, I want, like, a Christmas episode.
Yeah.
Like, no bounty bullshit, just like we just
so
do
It's
Christmas.
March.
I will tell you.
Yeah,
Because
March and...
you are in the drift, you may have noticed this is kind of like a pacing session coming up, and perhaps it is holiday themed already. Who knows? However, And once we end this, I'll show you guys the mini that you did not fight.
Nice.
It's substantial. But thank you for hanging out with us for this session of Mosaic Team 5. We'll be back in 2 weeks with the next session. But tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Kara takes the DM chair for Adventures in Alberon Sea of Ice. And that will be tomorrow. We'll see you then. Please stay safe. We'll see you next time.
Space Cowboy.